Hello, hello, everybody. Hey, I see my little mic moving, so I'm assuming that I have audio this time on the first try. So, yay, Scott. Hope everybody's having a great weekend, a great Easter weekend, by the way. Who all we got here already? Hey, David. Thanks for joining in, buddy. Hope you got your internet back. Who else we got? Hey, Mike. All right. Happy Easter to you and your family as well, my friend. Thank you. So I'm like your alarm clock for Saturday. Oh, hey, gets to talk slot cars. Oh, cool. Well, thanks for joining anyway. Like I said, small screen, big screen. Appreciate you joining in live. Like I said, I didn't know how many people would actually be able to with, family obligations or what they had going on with kids and stuff. And I certainly understand all that stuff. But those of us that are single that don't have those family obligations, that don't have to worry about doing the kids stuff, uh, are going to continue our lives. And so that's what I'm doing tonight. Hey, Ryburn, happy Easter, buddy. Hey, Clint, happy Easter. Happy holiday. You and your family. Hey, Adam. Happy Easter to you and your family. Hope you all are having a good weekend. Cool, cool, cool. So, I don't know about the weather in everybody else's part of the world because literally this week has been like a blur. It just seems like all I've been doing is moving, working, sleeping, moving, working, sleeping. It's been like a constant dog chasing its tail type of thing. And I was just glad that it was Friday. So at least today there was no working part of it. But what took the place of working was moving. So it was like I almost wish I was working because I am exhausted. I got muscles that are aching that haven't ached since the last time I had to move. Hey Clint, thank you for stopping in. Happy Easter weekend to you and your family. No, nope, nope, not in the new house yet. I can't get the movers to come and move the really heavy shit because I can't. I don't want to injure anybody, and every single one of my friends has some sort of an ailment, and so I don't want to aggravate that or cause them any displeasure for trying to help me out. So the movers can't come until the 21st. So I've literally got everything out of this place that I can get out of it. That's not required for me to keep a living. So obviously the desk and my work stuff and TV set and chairs and stuff like that, the heavy stuff. But um, Adam, you saw that one picture. I'll have to send you another one, and I'll have to send you another one after. I'll send another one tomorrow. I'll just wait till tomorrow and I'll show you the latest picture of that room. I'm going to have to spend Sunday after I drop off a couple of loads for the garage. Because that was one of the last loads we did today is bringing stuff out from my parents' house. So long story short, it takes like a half hour to get from where I'm located now to the new place. And then it's another half hour from the new place out to my parents' place. So I spend a lot of time driving just to get back and forth. And the way the nice oil companies decide to put the screws to everybody just because it's the holiday, they know you're going to drive. So they got to make sure they make that extra dividend money for their stockholders. Yeah. The gas, and then my dad's truck takes diesel, which is even more expensive. So but anyway, the weather was really nice here, so it was a good day to move if you had to move. Excellent weather in Nevada. Cool. Yeah. Oh no, trust me, man. I showed everybody that's looked in there, and I didn't even realize it either. It's something that out of sight, out of mind, and I hadn't really seen all of my tracks together like they were. I'd seen them in spots all around the house because at the time of what I was going through with the other landlord and all that bullshit, pardon my French on this nice holiday weekend. But long story short, my jaw dropped when I realized what I had there. So just showing people the different kind of tracks that I have again, and showing some of them that weren't even part of what Scott's got or anything like that. Just the ones that I had prior, even before I even started making videos. There's One of the rarest tracks that I have is the one that was done for Shelby America, and that's the one that came with those two chrome Cobras, and that's a pretty pricey track nowadays. Hey Dan, all right, thank you for joining in, buddy. Don, thank you for joining in again. I'm sorry if I'm repeating Sean. All right, man. Thanks everybody for joining in, man. Got 15 people up here. Got 11 thumbs up. Hell, that's a pretty damn good ratio. Like I said, I'm impressed that few people showed up. Just like I said, because I don't have those obligations that a lot of other people do. So, you know, I'm actually glad I had this so I could stop moving, so I could actually get out of bed tomorrow and start trying to do it again. I've been trying to keep up with slot car stuff in between, but man, your dinner is tomorrow. Okay, yeah. See, yeah, most people's stuff is Sunday, but a lot of people may have family coming in. Like at my new place, the people that live right next door, I'm in another duplex at the new place. Yeah, but it's 300 square feet bigger than the place I'm in right now, which is insane. But anyway, I could see that one of their moms was in town whenever I was unloading stuff today. Oh, wow. Are they there with you guys, Dan, or in your area there in Canada, I hope? That's crazy. Oh, wow. Well, my best wishes and hope everything's they're safe. And I just know that a good chunk of the world's rallied behind them, and I know I am. That's I, I wouldn't like anybody popping into my country and saying it's mine. Just saying. So, um, hats off to what they've done to somebody that thought they were a superpower. Yes, Don, exactly. Safe wishes. Yep. Cool. Well, like I said, tell her and everybody. Hope everybody's safe, and they've got our support, and so just let them know that even the slot car community is backing them and keeps up with what's going on, and we all know right from wrong. We were all taught as kids, our mama said, if it ain't yours, don't touch it, and so I'm thinking if you cross a border and start staking claim to somebody else's land and saying it's yours, I'm kind of thinking that's even worse. So yeah. Oh no, David, thank you for joining. Dan has bought some cars from me in the past. In fact, you'll see a lot of my cars in his videos, which is cool. Um, uh, Ryburn's purchased some cars. Patrick, yeah, I mean Mike. If him and Steph ever join on here tonight, they purchased some cars. A lot of people have purchased cars, like I said, and that's why I always tell everybody in the video straight up off the bat, and I'll start it again. No pressure to purchase or bid on anything. Just kind of look at this like a little educational thing, even if no one purchases anything, and at least you learned a little something about the cars that I'm going to be trying to sell. And then even like what happened the last time, even if you don't want to bid on them live and you see the video later, then that's why, if you notice in the description of the last video, I marked down that the police car and the John Force Funny car were sold. It's because someone contacted me after the videos were over and did it that way too. Like I said before they went up on eBay. And even if they go up on eBay, as long as they don't have a bid, then I'll honor the price here. So you don't have to, like I said, purchase them through the eBay place and pay the taxes and all their crap that goes with it now. So saves us both money because, like I said, the price has to go up if I put it on eBay just because I have to try to recoup some of my costs because I have such a slim margin. And like on the last auction, I sold that John Force Funny car for exactly what I had in it. So there was something that was just straight across. So I'm all about breaking even or just making a little bit. Prefer to make a little bit, obviously, but I can't go in the hole. So that's why I have to do the old raise when it goes on eBay to help offset their fees. Don, are you talking about this one? um, I haven't quite decided what I want to do with this one yet, but I will. I was thinking I was going to auction it, to be quite honest. So it's just not ready yet. I haven't got tires on it. Um, it came from a twin pack, and that's why I've got both of them. It came from an open twin pack, and but the tires were so old and rotted that they just fell off when I opened it up. So I don't want to sell it that way. But it will be up for sale. I'll tell you that, yeah, because I've already got what I need. So let me just get it prepped for selling, and yeah, just keep watching the auction live preview videos on Wednesdays, and you'll see the 5 cars that are coming. And you see the cars, most of these cars that are up here will be going up there. Well, 3 out of 4 or so of them will be. But yeah, I'll be selling that one. Hey, Matt, Patriot Hobbies, thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it. Oh, well, I mean, no, that one's almost spotless. That's the beauty of it. But if I find a beat up one, I'll still try to get it. But what I'm getting at is sometimes even beat up ones of those go for stupid money, and I'm not going to try to get stupid money out of mine. If you've noticed, if you look, like I said, that yellow number 7 Miata, I started mine at $50, and there were people that were charging $50 for one that was open. Mine was brand new, still in the package. So it's all relative. But I'm not like I said, I'm not out to make money on people that support my channel. I'm just out to do what I do off of eBay. But if I can help out people on my channel and, like I said, make my $2 to $10 somewhere in between in there, depending on if someone gets into an auction fight, then I'm good with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not out to get rich doing this. I'm trying to help promote the hobby and get more cars out to more people. And if they like them, like I said, that just they'll show it off and they go, "Ooh, look what I got," and hopefully that draws someone else in and says, "Oh, cool." Kind of like my video when I posted up on Facebook first. I haven't even been on Facebook since I posted that video. That's how busy I've been packing. Cool, Don. Thank you. Sorry, I just don't have a firm date yet because of all the stuff that's going on. So, like I said, that's why these cars are actually still sitting up here. They've already all been cleaned up, but you'll see they're all in various conditions of needing before I would want to consider selling them. Just because I don't like to, like I said, I sell cars that run. I don't sell non-runners. And B, if they're going to run, I want them to at least be able to go around the track, even if the tires are old and original, or in this case, they were so old and rotten they just broke apart whenever I touched them, and so that made it pretty simple that I was going to have to put tires on it. But so I like to at least have them that way. Like I said, I don't work on them per se, except for cleaning them up and making them look good. Mountain Dew, yeah, yeah. I've learned that my buddy Mountain Dew here is not such a good friend when I'm moving as a good friend as like Gatorade is, because yeah, you just this thing you just keep drinking and drinking and drinking. It's a dehydrant, and at least with the Gatorade and stuff like that, you're replacing electrolytes. Where this one's just kind of you're filtering the the junk that's in it. There, yep. Can't let the computer go to sleep. Well, we still have like 15 minutes or whatever before the auction starts. Does anybody have what's going on? I mean, what's anybody got any new cars? Anybody done anything special to their track? Or Dan, how's your drag strip coming? I know Matt's been doing a lot of racing with his boys. I've been keeping up with some of that. That's yeah. I really need to quit. I need to wean myself off of Mountain Dew and start investing the money that I spend. I go through like 2 cases of Mountain Dew a week, because that's literally what I do. I sit here and drink Mountain Dew and work. Oh, nice, Adam. That's a good get. If you can hold on to that, I mean, yeah, yeah, we talked about that, David. The old auto correct on phones when you're trying to text and type. Um, yeah, the only Mountain Dew stuff that I know of is the tractor trailers that Auto World came out with. I don't know, Mike. The last time we looked up in my Tyco guide that he had thought one of his cousins said that there was a Mountain Dew car, and I pointed out to him that it was a Skull Bandit, which is still a cool looking car, but they're also pretty pricey, and I haven't seen one of those sell for less than $50 minimum, and that's ones that needed work, or had some damage or some flaws. I mean, so yeah, they get pricey. Some of these older ones that are really, it's just supply and demand. I don't care what the book says. The books can say ultra rare, but if people don't like it and don't want it, then so what? It's an ultra rare piece of crap. It'll just sit there forever until somebody somewhere decides they want one or something. But so a lot of it's just what people are into. So obviously, since slot car racing involves a lot of racing, so that's why you see a lot. Majority of the slot cars are geared towards the different sanctioning bodies that do racing of some type, either straight line or curvy or road racing or whatever. And then they got to try to appeal to draw to people that don't necessarily watch any of those motorsports stuff, but they like the idea of going fast and stuff like a street car. So I think it's pretty cool how our hobby can. Oh, and then if you want to pretend like you're driving the Penguin Mobile, for example, or Scooby Doo's van, like in one of your little short videos, Dan. You know what I'm saying? It's just cool to put your little brain in there and go. Robert, I got this a long time ago. I can't even remember the name of the vendor. The only place I've seen them for sale now is on eBay, and I think it's like $30, and then they want like $20 shipping, so it's going to end up costing like $50. So someone's found like a case of the last few of them, and then they've decided that they were going to make some money on it. Basically, I can't remember exactly the vendor, but the next time I come across it, I'll save it on my eBay stuff, and then I'll um, uh, try to put it in one of the descriptions on one of the videos coming up. But yeah, this is what I use for all my Tyco stuff, and this is what I tell people that I mean it's what I call the grown man's Christmas catalog basically, because you can just open up any page and start looking at cars and start dreaming, and then it just obviously anytime you open a page, your wallet just starts screaming because it knows what's coming. Oh yeah, no problem. No, hey, like I said, that's why I do this channel, guys, is try to help out. Last week I was still happy as pie just being able to talk slot cars with anybody. And when I ended the show, I hadn't sold a car one. And then David got a hold of me and asked me about one. And then he goes, "Hey, I'll take the other one too." And I'm like, "Cool, they're both yours." And that's why I wrote sold on the other and put the other three up. So no big deal. Like I said, whether I sell or whether I don't, that's why I always put it on my video. No pressure to buy anything. Come in, let's talk slot cars, learn a little bit about what I'm selling, some history on the cars if I have it. That way, you just know a little bit more about the hobby. Is the way I look at it, just sharing the knowledge. Right? Yeah. What we got here? Oh yeah, hell, we got like 10 minutes. Okay, Dan. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I can't wait to. Well, let's put it this way: the new room. I thought it was really big until I got all the slot car stuff in there. And I tried to upload the picture that I took as the thumbnail for this. I keep looking down because the computer's right here. Sorry, guys. I'm not a TV anchor man. I'm not used to looking up here and darting down. Anyway, and the file was too big. So basically, it wouldn't let me use it as a thumbnail, and I didn't have time by the time I got home, showered, and got them fed, and then got the notification made to work on that picture. So, but I'm going to get it up. Trust me, your jaw will drop just like mine did because I just did not realize how much stuff that I had put in that room and stacked away. And if you remember, I've been adding since I even moved into this place. So whatever you've seen since I've added here with like the brick background and stuff like that on Look What Scott's Got and everything I got, that Auto World one, that's the perfect example. Yep, David, that's it right there. Hey, believe in yourself. Thank you for stopping by. Happy holiday weekend. You have the perfect thumbnail. I don't know if you remember, but like Monty Python in Search of the Holy Grail. Yeah. Yes, Rich. See, I've got it. I've got a recording, and so I understand if people are going to bub out for that. Just like last week, people were dropping out because of the basketball game. Hey, man, I get it. You can watch these videos later. So even just stopping in for a couple of minutes and saying hi and chatting with everybody, I appreciate any time that anybody spends. That's awesome. Love Monty Python, yes. Yeah. So now you get my sense of humor. Uh, yes. See, a lot of people don't. You've aged generations when you mention stuff that other generations haven't even heard of, and they look at you like you're speaking a foreign language, and then that's the point you realize, wow, that's how I used to look at other people and think, I don't know what you're talking about, old man. I've never watched the Ed Sullivan Show. I don't know who the hell that is. I get it. Hair like the Benny Hill Show, yeah. Sean, yep. See, you never know what we're going to talk about on this slot car Saturday Night Live. It starts out as slot cars. Next thing you know, we're talking comedy. That's awesome. That's what I love about it. Yeah, Clint. Oh yes. Oh wow, Don. Yeah. I was once called. Yeah. Yeah. You guys are killing me. uh, oh, dude, what little I got to see of that was great. I popped in there for a little bit, and obviously I was there, because I said hi to you and was talking to you for a sec, and then all of a sudden his feed went spinning, and I was like, well, if I don't get up now, the old ass roots are going to start growing, and I'm not going to get nothing done. So in feed and hopped in car, loaded dogs, and but no, that looks badass. See, that's awesome. That's what reminds me. See, there's still a hobby shop in my town that I went to whenever I can remember. When I was in like the fourth grade. Like I said, guys, my mom used to take me to the hobby store so I could get little silicone tires and little stickers and testers, paint and stuff like that. And that was they had a 8-lane track there, and it was all done up. The grass, the scenery, and it was huge. It took up the whole middle of the floor of the hobby store, and you had to, walk literally around it to go get stuff. You back in the day, slot cars were a lot more in demand, And then he had whole walls of G plus cars and Magna traction cubes and Tycos hanging. And I mean, it was just insane. You know, I can all remember this all to this day, but that hobby shop's still there to this day. But you go in there now and it's just filled with remote control stuff, which is sad because I'd have loved to, now that I'm an adult, been able to race on that track that I had seen when I was a kid and could barely look up on it. Yeah, David, I feel your pain. Oh wow, that's cool. Believe in yourself. A little giant ladder. No, not I, my friend. My phone just told me I was live. Isn't that awesome? YouTube's so awesome. Hey man, I can't complain. It's free. You know, other people use Facebook. I'd much prefer YouTube. Oh, that's cool. Hey, Fry. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. Need good vision and a deep wallet. I mean, I spent a lot of money, but I got a lot of stuff. You spend a lot of money with them, you got one car. And then you got to buy all the parts for it. And I'm like, well, damn, I'll have as much in this thing as I'll have in like real car parts. If I'm going to have money like in real car parts, I'm putting them in my real car. I'm not putting them in this. So yeah, that's why I'm into slot cars. I can justify having 1,000 of these versus, five, 120 whatever scale those trucks and cars are and stuff. I mean, they're cool, but damn, money. All right, Fry. All right. Hey, man, I have 21 people. Thank you, all 21 of you. I'm sorry if you're not, if you, I have no pressure to chat or join in on the chat, but thank you for being here live. And I do want to wish everybody that hasn't already heard me say it, happy Easter weekend to you and your family, and hope everybody's safe and doing well and enjoying the holiday weekend. If you get an extra day off, my company doesn't give us one, but some companies gave off Friday. Some companies give off Friday and Monday. You know, good for anybody who gets that extra time off. I call it a time off. Any time off is good time off when I don't have to work, especially if I'm getting paid when I don't have to work. Even better. Yeah, I need a 5 grand budget to race RC, and I'm thinking here for 5 grand, what could I do? Oh, that's right. I could buy the transmission I need to buy for the upgraded horsepower that I'm going to have because I'll blow up the one that I have now because, like I said, the more horsepower you make, the more the parts costs that you need to buy to be able to make the horsepower and to handle such horsepower. It's yeah, never ending. Well, we're close enough to 7:30. A little disclaimer, I had a friend reach out to me after he saw the video, so the Porsche is already gone. I apologize. It was in the video. He saw the video and then reached out to me and he bought it. So we've only got the 4 cars tonight. But the good news is I am going to have a better idea of some history on each one of the cars because I do have it set up here on my phone so I can read about each one of them. And just like last time, I'll give a little description of the car, some history on the car, what I know about it, answer questions, get it as close to the camera as I can. And then when there's no more questions or nothing's happening on the chat, then I'll start a timer on my phone that I'll show everybody that'll start for 5 minutes. I let it run for 2 to 3 minutes. If no one says they're interested in it, then I just stop it and we move on. Like I said, I'm not here to push a car on anybody. There's no pressure to purchase anything, bid on anything. If you have questions about the car, please just go ahead and ask. Even if you don't want to buy it, I don't care. If I know something about the car, I'm more than happy to share it. Not a problem at all. That's why I said, what little knowledge I have, I want to share to other people, and then hopefully they'll share their knowledge with me. And like I said, this is just a whole knowledge growing base for me is what I look at. Is it's a hobby I love to do. The people that are in it, like I said, it's just like one big family all across the world, literally. Dan knows this, but because of several people watching his channel from all over the world. And like I said, we get to see where our viewers are from, and it's crazy to think you're global in anything when you're just like I look at myself. I'm just a single guy in Springfield, Missouri. Who the hell in Australia or France or Portugal or Spain or Germany or just South America, who wants to know about Scott? So it's just cool that it's the hobby that got us all together. So last week we started off with the Batman A version, and I mentioned that I had the B version. And like I said, this is the Auto World Series. Now, here's the details on this bad boy. Let's see here. Top water has load offer. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, just want to make sure. Yeah, champagne went off with tap water budget. I know the feeling. Yeah. That's why, obviously, like I said, every car that I sell, I just turn right around and buy other cars and then either add to my collection or try to turn them around and make, like I said, my little menial amount. So this particular series is the Series 8 that they came out with in the 4-gear series. So if you're not familiar with the 4-gear series, that includes all the Top Fuel dragsters, the funny cars, the pro stock cars, your Scooby-Doos, your Batmobiles, obviously your Penguin-mobile, and that's what this one is. And as you can see in that picture up there, well, maybe you can't because of the reflection. I see that now. But this one has the tinted red glass, and the umbrella is a little taller. I'm trying to get the glare away. There we go. That's a little better. And so anyway, this is the number 39, and the series is a 6-car series with the A and the B, the 39, 40, and 41. So this is the 39B version of release 8 in 2012. So this car is 11 years old already. And like I said, it's the Series 8 release. So the very first series that Auto World came out with, in case you're not familiar, a little history. If you didn't catch my Batman video, go check it out. I did a lot of research on that Batman video, and there's a lot of cool cars in there. But what you are going to get to see is one of the first series Batmobile cars that they came out with, and that's what they call Batmobile Series 1, Batman Series 1. And it had 3 different versions of the 4-gear Batmobile. And so from that point forward, they've called them a series, this series, that, whatever. And so this one is the Series 8. So this is the 8th one up. And now they're mainly working on their different colored versions of the Scooby-Doo van and the Batmobile. But this is a cool car to have if you are a collector. And if you see the other one, I can understand. I was looking on eBay just to see prices. The A version of this one that's in the cube, not this specific one, but the one that came in the blister pack version, it was selling for 30 to 35 bucks. And I can see where you could save your money and buy that. But this one can only be purchased in this cube. And I don't want any more money out of it than I wanted out of the other one. So it's a straight $40 just like before. But like I said, if you were a collector, this would be the one out of the 2 to have, the B version, because this is the alternate. The other one can kind of, if someone wanted to, I know it's crazy to think, but there's some deceitful people on eBay, and they will try to sell you stuff saying it's a certain series of a car when in reality it's not. And so here, I got the A version here. So there you go, the A and the B version. So this is the one right here that you could probably be tricked into thinking that it was this car when in reality it wasn't. This one, the only way you're that's how you're going to tell is that red glass. It's got red glass up here in the front where this is clear. And like I said, the umbrella is taller. So those are the two big giveaways. It still has the penguin on the side like that one does. But anyway, so there's enough time on that bad boy. But anyway, now there's a little more history than I'd had last time than just ripping that off, like I said. So that's why, like I said, I like the 4 gear cars from Auto World. I've tried to collect all of the series of all of those cars. And some of them are just untouchable right now. The ones that are really expensive in that series are the Tom Daniels 4 gear cars. Like I have some of his Carfiti, but he has a whole other series like two before that. So yeah. Anyway, any questions on this car or the other series or the other one? I don't know, James, if like I said, this one's brand new. In fact, like I did the last time, because it doesn't, the cubes are what's sealed, not the box itself. So I'm not devaluing the collector of this car whatsoever by doing what I'm doing. We'll get it out. These, when they were putting them out in these cubes like this, they are banded, what they call banded cubes. And there you go. There's a perfect shot of it. And the only ones that I have opened up are my drag cars. I haven't opened up any of these cubed. And there you go. Here, we'll try to. Here you can kind of see the glass through the glare. And then the penguin on the side. So I don't know if they fixed the plate or not. That, like I said, from 2012, this car is 11 years old this year. So they were, who knows what their quality control was back then compared to now, because all the cars that are that old that I have, I don't race. I don't try not to race them, obviously, for the value of them. You can almost feel it in your hands. Yeah, Don. That I've heard that from a lot of people. It's at least it's one of the most durable parts of the whole damn car. All right. Well, if there's no questions, I'll get rid of my little cheat sheet here. That way I didn't forget anything. And then I will get to the timer. And we'll start that off. All right. So like I said, that'll start at $40 and then it's to your door. I included the description or my email address description below. So all you have to do is just email me if you do win the auction with your address, and then I can tell you exactly what it's costing from Ship Pirate, kind of like what I did for David. The ones that he bought last week, I tell you exactly what it's going to be to your door if you want to go through UPS or USPS, and then you tell me which one you want, and then we get her done. So anyway, here's the 5-minute timer. And I'm going to go ahead and start it now. And if anybody wants to bid the $40, put it down there. And if not, like I said, once it gets to like the 3-minute mark, we'll kill the timer and I'll get my cheat sheet out for the next car in line. Yeah, you're going old school there, believing in yourself. I used to work at a car stereo shop, and that's how I hooked up my Discman before there were in-dash CD players. Oh, thanks, Robert. No, it's all good. Like I said, man, I enjoy just sitting here talking to my what I call my slot car friends. You guys are all my friends. That's, you know, you don't hang around people that you don't like. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So you hang around your friends. So I like hanging around my friends. So you guys are all my friends. That's the way I look at it. I don't have to You don't have to be my next door neighbor or come over me wrangle you into helping me move to be considered a friend. This is our hobby. This is my friends. These are my friends. So back in high school days, yep. Some of you babies have a clue and they just copy what someone else listening, won't even correct, so you just can't believe what they say. Yeah, Jeff, exactly. See, I go through eBay so often and I get so pissed off when I want to call them out. I'm like, you're not selling what you're listing. I don't know if you're just clueless or if you're just really trying to pick on somebody else's clueless. And that's what pisses me off is that somebody's going to, that could possibly buy that car that doesn't know what they're looking at, thinking that it is what that seller told them it is. And in reality, it's not. And then they turned out they got took for a lot of money for a little car. And then maybe that pisses them off and thinks that everybody in this hobby is a bunch of con artists. You know what I'm saying? So I that's why I point out descriptions on my cars if there's flaws or anything, if they're not brand new. I would not make a used car salesman. I feel like karma is the most important thing you can do. Do unto others as you want done unto you. And so the last thing I would want is somebody to screw me over for a couple of bucks and give me something that wasn't what I thought it was. So I can't do that to somebody else because I've had it done to me before I knew what was going on. And you live and you learn. But now I try to spread the knowledge, and that was another reason why I wanted to do the channel. That way, if someone stumbled on it when they were looking at racing and on YouTube, stock car racing, maybe they'd find it and go, hey, let's listen to this guy and find out some stuff. So. Yeah, see, no, it's exactly, no, it is pointless. That's why it's like, man, all it does is just waste each other's time. They're just going to smart off back to you anyway, if they reply at all, and and nothing gets done. So eBay doesn't care. They just want the money. Oh yeah, no, see, and that's why I tell everybody that does purchase a car, and I'll reiterate this again: if for any reason you get a car and you open it up and you look at it, or I don't know, the hot water heater broke and you don't, you need that extra money, send it back. That's the only thing I can't refund is the shipping ride there or back, but I will give you back 100% of the money on the car. No questions asked. You don't have to give me any excuse. You just say, Scott, I need to return the car. And all I ask is you try to do that sometime within the first 48 hours. And that way I know that somebody didn't, try to pull the old switcheroo on the old Scotto and, you know, I get hung out because that's happened to me before too. Well, hell, I've sat here and BS them instead of pausing this one, so we'll get rid of this. But once again, if you're on the fence or you see the video later, which, like I say, 90% of the people that watch this live video view it after it's already over within the next 72 hours, usually. My email address is below. You simply contact me there and say, hey, is it still available? I say yes or no, and then we just get it done that way, and it doesn't even go on eBay. And even if it does go on eBay, that makes no difference. As long as I don't have a bid, I can still sell it for whatever price I tell you is what I'm starting the bid on for this auction, not the eBay auction. Because once it's on eBay, I can't do crap about it because I've got to, like I said, cover the fees. But here, this is, I can tell you right now, this is going to go on for another $5. So I'm going to list it for $45 plus $5 shipping, you know, straight up. I mean, I don't hide anything. I just tell you. And so that's what's going to happen on that one. So let's do this. Okay. So I think let me pull up the next car. I thought it was the Tyco. Yeah. Pennzoil. Okay. Let me get it pulled up, get my cheat sheet out. Okay. So I don't know how many of you guys still cruise on eBay, and every so often you see one of those vendors overseas from like Singapore. I've dealt with a few of them to get some of the rare cars in my collection, brand new, old stock. For that very reason, you know, I don't mind waiting a month and a half to get a car if it's something that I'd have to buy used here, and I can get brand new from them. And so that's what I did with this. So this one is one of those cars. This is a new old stock, the Pennzoil, and this is the number 5, and this is the Chaparral body version. And you'll notice there that it has the 440 X2 chassis underneath it. Produced in 88 through 90. Uh, yeah, is scored as a 4 for his availability in the Tyco guide, and you know that means that there were a lot of them made. Obviously, if it was made for 2 years, then there's going to be a lot of them pumped out. But there's not going to be a lot of brand new ones. Now, obviously, since this is outside the package, it's not what they would call, like Dan is an example. He's 100% correct. If it's not in the original packaging, it is not mint. So if you see someone listing something for sale and they say this is mint, no. In the collector world, this is mint. So they may say it looks mint, or they just don't know. I get it. I'm not going to hold everybody to a collector's standard, because I made that mistake also until someone pointed it out to me. But anyway, so this car is new old stock. I bought 2 of them, and I'm splitting the shipping down, the cost, what it was done to me. So basically, I have $47.50 in this car. So I would like to start the auction at 50, so I can make at least $2.50. And what you would have is a car that is over 30 years old, that is new old stock, that you can either race if you so choose to, which I really wouldn't. But if you are a collector or just think it would look cool sitting around your track, that would be something to get, just because of the there's only going to be so many of these brand new that you can't buy in the bubble pack. And if you've noticed that if they're in the bubble packaging like that they go for closer to $100. Um, so this is a good way to get one. But like I said, no pressure for anybody to buy one. I waited the month and a half to get my 2 so I could sell one. And obviously, it's not going to go on eBay for $50. But I am willing just to take a $2.50 profit to anybody that does watch my channel, to try to spread some of the collector's wealth forward, so to speak. Pretty cool car. So, at the oldest, it's 35, and at its youngest, it's 33. So, brand new. Oh, cool. No, I'm just trying to catch up with everybody. Sorry. So does anybody have any questions on this Pennzoil? There's another version of this. It's the Pennzoil number 4 you may have seen. So there's a 4 and a 5. And like I said, this is the Chaparral version. They make several other versions. In fact, just pull out the old Bible here and let's see if we can pull up that page, because they have them dead center of the book, so it's easy to find. So there you go. There's the 4 and the 5 Pennzoil Chaparrals right there. So you can see one's a lighter yellow than the other. And then right there, you can see that they did one what they call the F1 style. Actually, it's this one, sorry, but it's still the same body style. So pretty cool. So those are pretty cool cars. Like I said, look at all those F1 cars from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. This isn't even all of them. Pretty cool if you like that style of car. So anyway, I'll quit rambling on about this one. Like I said, new old stock, all the way from Taiwan, Singapore. I believe Singapore is where it was. Tiny Loft is the name of the eBay seller. I have no problem with them. Like I said, it takes usually anywhere from a month to a month and a half whenever you purchase something for it to get here. But it gets here and it's in exactly the same condition that they say it will be. So $50 on it. Let me get this set up. And there we go. So the 5-minute timer started. And like I said, if I get to talking, I'm sorry, but if we're not rambling on about something and it gets to be a couple minutes and nobody's wanting to bid on it or has any questions on it, then we'll just move on. Like I said, no biggie, guys. I know not everybody's a collector, but some people are, and maybe somebody. Like I said, I don't presume to tell anybody what they want to do with their own car. So if someone buys this car and they don't want to use it as a collector and they want to race it, that's your choice, man. That's your option. I'm not telling you what you can and can't do with your car. I'm just saying that this is, if you are a collector, this is your chance to get one that's brand new old stock. Plus, you don't have to wait. Hey, Mike, thanks for stopping in, man. Mentioned you early as one of the people that purchased cars from me in the past, and I was thanking everybody that was on here that had. Oh yeah, well, yeah. COVID took a wind out of a lot of people's sails. Believe in yourself. High demand for open wheel cars. Yep. Especially the NOS ones. I'm tempted to buy another 10 bodies and assemble some of my chassis with new old stock parts and sell some of them since the prices are going up so high. But anyway, I digress. So it's a cool car. This one actually, believe it or not, guys, I don't know that if you were going to run it, you'd want to use these tires, but they are still soft and they don't crumble for that being that old. So that tells me it was in a climate controlled place. The brass is starting to turn colors though on the shoes because it hasn't been ran. No electricity gone through it. And so anyway, pretty cool car. All right, Ryburn. Okay, so I got one bid from Ryburn for 55 at the 248 mark there. So like I said, I'm gonna thank you, Ryburn, for participating. You're actually the first person to bid live. So everybody that's here, give Ryburn a pat on the back for being number one. David was number one for buying off of the video, but Ryburn's the first one to buy live. So thank you, or bid live, first bid ever. Oh yeah, no, like I said, I was willing to take 250, but I'll take 750. I'm not. I, I'm like everybody else. That just helps me buy my next set of cars. That's the way I'm looking at it. So we got around 2 minutes, is what the phone's saying there. Yeah, no problem, Jeff. Yeah, believe in yourself. If I could remember half the stuff that I've forgotten, it'd be a hell of a book. Like I said, Ryburn right now is the high bidder at $55. And once again, thank you, Ryburn, for being the first ever live bidder. So you're going to go down in history as the first person that bid live on one of the slot car Saturday Night Live auctions. So thank you, sir. We're going down to the 1 minute. Yeah, I feel you believe in yourself. So Ryburn decided he didn't want to wait a month and a half, and I get it. It's worth the extra money not to do that sometimes, and that's why I took the chance and bought another car. David, are you saying that you want to go $60 on the car? Is that what you're saying, buddy? I know you're autocorrect on your phone. Okay, well, so I have two bidders. I had Ryburn and I have David. Hey, Ryburn, no problem, man. No, thank you. All right, dismiss. Okay, so that auction's officially over, but I don't want to proclaim a winner until David replies back what exactly 600DDDD is. I don't know. I want to make sure that he's actually bidding. I don't want to presume that he's bid that and then it was his autocorrect on his phone. 65? Okay. Thank you, Ryburn. Appreciate that, man. Yeah. No, you are literally history. Yeah. So literally, yeah. You would you were the first bidder ever on the live auction, so thank you, sir, for that. And the auction is officially over. And Ryburn, you got yourself one hell of an example of this car. So congratulations to Ryburn for the first auction live winner on Scott's Slot Car Saturday Night Live. And just get in contact with me and we'll get all the details worked out if this is the only car you get tonight. So thank you, Ryburn. Appreciate that. Awesome. That's awesome, guys. Thank you. No, that's awesome. Even if, like I said, even if I didn't sell a car, but it's better if I do. So that kicks ass. Thank you, guys. Appreciate that. Like I said, I'm just trying to get it where I can buy some more of those AFX cars. Is what I'm wanting to do to have a. Yeah, there's the next one. Well, here, let's get the picture I got. There we go. Let me go to my cheat sheet. I don't know there's going to be very much interest in this car or not, but Rick, I believe it is, commented on how he thought that these extreme racers had different motors and different magnets, but he wasn't for sure. And I haven't been able to say yay or nay on that either way. But what I am going to do is I'm going to get one of these that I do have. And once I get the new place set up, I've got a gauze meter. And what that does is that tells you the magnetic strength of magnets. And I'll be able to tell us on that. And then I can hook up my little electrical meter to check the ohms on the armature to see what kind of armature it is. So I'm kind of curious that someone brought that up. And he's been a wealth of knowledge. If you haven't read that in the description, I would check out his comment. Very good stuff on the history of the Tyco and what happened with them and Mattel. Sorry, I'm pulling up my cheat sheet. Like I said, I got my history. I just got to get them all. Come on now. There it is. Okay, so our next to last car tonight, because like I said, I did sell one to a friend, the Porsche, so it's no longer available. But this one is the Tyco Extreme Racing Turbo Fire Extinguisher number 6494, produced in 1994 and 95 only. Brand new, and it's 31 years old. And the only reason why I have one of these is because I tried to collect I'm trying to collect all of these extreme racers. And then if you look on the back here, there's this one. Trying to find that one, and I already own these two. So I've got 3 out of the 4, and I just need to get that one. So that's why I've got this car. And when I got this one at a good price, then that's what I was like, okay, I don't need 2 of them, so I'll turn around and sell it. So believe it or not, this one's going to be fairly inexpensive. I'm just going to ask $35 for it. That'll make me $2.50, just so you guys know, if someone bid the minimum bid, and it's in perfect condition. So the way I look at this is a lot of people don't really collect these cars, this particular model. That's why there's not a lot of interest in this, even though it's brand new in the package. I like it, like I said, because I'm a collector and it's that extreme racing. Hey, Jeff. Oh, I'm sorry. Jeff, yes. Wealth of knowledge, sir. Thank you for sharing that. And that's why I'm going to check all that stuff out on one of these cars. So it'd be kind of cool to find out if one of these extreme racers actually did have factory hop up parts in it. You know what I'm saying? So this is one that I would think that would go good to throw on a track that if you had kids that were ever going to race, this is something that I think that would appeal to them. Even if you're an adult and you want to race it, that's cool. But I don't, like I said, just not a lot of people get into that. So, but because it's a smash them up, bang them up looking kind of futuristic Mad Max mix. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what the hell. And they even tell you right here for use only with Tyco's Extreme Racing sets. Well, I don't know if they were saying that just so they could sell more of the track sets or what. You know what I'm saying? But there's what they. Okay. It's got green wire on the armature. Don't know if I can get it. Hey, it came out. I'll be damned. Camera work for a change, guys. Amazing. Yeah, this one has red wire. This one has green wire. So it's definitely got at least a different wire wind. The coating on it. I don't know. Yeah, there you go. Pretty cool, huh? Huh. Yeah, no, we definitely got to check that out with the old ohm gauge. Very cool. So, are there any questions on the extreme racing? Like I said, it's 31 years old. It's still new in the package. If you're interested, if you're a collector, if you think you got kids that come over and want to race on your track, that'd be pretty cool. And just to let some kid pop open and race on your track. But I understand. X3 armature. Yeah, okay. Sea green is different. Yep. This one's pretty cool. Yeah. Huh. Okay, yeah. Crazy. Looks like it's a narrow chassis on this one too. Doesn't look like it's a wide body. Maybe it is. Okay, yeah. No, it is. Like I said, I've never opened one. Not an X3 arm. Oh, okay. Hmm. Oh well. Like I said, I'll start the auction here on my channel for this one at $35. Brand new sealed in the package. So put it down, get this up. Like I said, that was one of those ones that's going to take the right person or the right situation. So there we go. We've started the 5-minute timer. Yes, you're at 70. Oh, David, that I'm sorry you missed out, man. That the auction for this car ended, and Ryburn won it when the timer went off at the 65. I apologize, man. No, when the auctions go, I have to do this, and I couldn't understand what. you had bid, last bid I saw that you were at 70. I apologize, David. But don't worry, that won't be the only F1 car that I sell. I've got more. Trust me. Trust me. If you're just now seeing some of my channels, some of my videos, then if you go back to some of my live videos and look at my packing video, look what Scott's packing, you can see a lot of my collection, and I mention a lot of the cars that I'll be selling in those videos at some point in time. And so I have a vast collection and variety of cars that I sell constantly to. Cars are constantly doing this, in and out, in and out, in and out. You know, I either add to my collection or I find a good deal that I can make a couple bucks on, and I turn around and flip it out. And so I have a lot of money invested in just cars that are just sitting like this stuff. I bet I have over 60 cars ready to sell, but I only do them in certain amounts of time because it just takes a lot of time to make ads for cars, to be quite honest. And that's why I'm only doing 5 of these at a time. So I apologize. This is the Extreme Racer, like I said, super fire extinguisher. I don't expect a lot of interest in this, but if, like I said, if you do have a younger child that comes over and races, this would be a cool one to have. I think they would like it more than the adults would. And there's a whole series of these cars, and while we're letting the timer go down, I'll try to pull it up. I didn't realize it. Yep, there it is. Oh, here. I forgot to say the collector value on that car. It is 5. So it is the one of the least collectible cars out there. So that's why I say it's perfect for kids. And for 35 bucks, you know, they can smash them up. But like I said, there's a whole series of them. There's that one that I'm currently trying to sell. And you can see they actually made a race set with a couple of them. And that's one of the set cars right there. And then obviously this was included in some of the extreme racing sets as well as the bubble packs. Yes, exactly, Jeff. Yeah, this isn't one of the most, yeah, out of the ones on the back here, that's probably the least popular. The Porsche, both the Porsches pretty popular, but that F40, isn't that an F40? Yeah, the Cosmic Flyer there. Yeah, the F40. That one in the package I haven't been able to find, reasonably priced anyway. Like I said, I collect and I'm out for volume, not necessarily the rarest car out there. So yeah, in fact, none of those cars are really a collector car, what I'd call a collector car whatsoever. Those are ones you could open up and race and crash or rob parts off of and not feel guilty about. Oh, yeah, we haven't got to it yet, but we're getting ready to. So yeah, because no one wanted this one, I'm assuming, right? Just a guess. No one's talked about it. Yeah, that one, an orange one, and a red one and a blue one, I believe. Jeff, if memory serves me correct. If I had my case here, I could just get them out and show us, but I don't. All right, so let me pull up. This is the one that you're talking about, David. Yep, this thing's awesome. And the reason why I say this one's awesome, guys, is whenever I give you the little history on it. So let me pull it up. Let me get the history on it. And I know I'm gonna open some eyes on these chrome cars here real soon, because I know I was personally surprised to learn what I learned about some of them, because I didn't really give two thoughts about them most of the time. I usually passed right over them on eBay, and then I started looking. I'm like, oh. All right. So this is the Tyco Porsche 908 long nose number 9, and they call this the chrome orange yellow. It's part number 6911. Barely used. It's 45 years old. Made in 1978 only. This car is scored as a 2 in the Tyco guide. And in case you missed out and you're not familiar with how they're done, I printed out the sheet. And this one is a 2. Rare, very good collector value. So if you are a collector, this is the bomb diggity. The reason is because it's on its original curve hugger chassis. It's a lighted chassis, and the light bulb still works vaguely, barely. I mean, it's just barely there, but it still does. So you would literally have what I would consider the closest version of a brand new 1978 long nose Porsche that you're going to find. And a lot of these cars that you see on eBay have the chrome worn off of them in spots, or the tampos broke off, or these little pipe stacks for the motor are broken off, or the front end's really scratched up, or that don't have the right chassis underneath them. Okay. This is OG as it gets. Yeah. Over 40 years old, guys. So, and it's a 2. Like I said, it's only 1 through 5. So there's only one number above that, and then the zeros don't really count because, like I said, there's no official numbers on production. So you can't say that they're worth more than a 1 because you don't know how many of them are out there. They know that there's only so many of the 1s out there, but the 2s are right there behind it. So just like I mentioned before, I'm not out to mislead anybody on anything. I am going to point out the flaws that I have found in this 43-year-old car, 45-year-old car. And that is on the original chrome, you can see, and even in the high def pictures there, yeah, it's coming out right there. You can see underneath the chrome, the plastic was rough, or something was wrong with the chroming process. That's not a damaged, that's a manufacturer. I've seen other chrome cars that have that issue too. But I always like to point that out. But the rest of the chrome on this thing looks liquid. Pretty awesome. And here's the best part, guys. 30 bucks is where I'm going to start the auction. I see these things in this condition that run, that have the original light go for 40 plus. I got 25 in this one, plus a little bit of time, so I'll be making $5 on it if someone bid the minimum thing. So $30 on a little piece of history if you're a Tyco collector is where we're going to start on that one. 45-year-old car to look that great and to be all original with the original shoes, insane, guys. That's pretty cool. So let's go here, pull that up. That's a bargain. Yep. Well, that I will is going to be what they call very rare best collector value because that's the rarest version of that car, Adam. So that's what I'm saying. Anytime you can get something that like those, like that drag strip I bought, 750 or less, you know, there's only 750. Well, call it 800. You know, they probably fudged somewhere for, warranty claims and stuff, but 750 of those cars made available to the public. So you're one of only 750 people in the world that have that car. So the longer you hold on to that car, the more valuable it becomes in the collector world because there's going to be other people that are going to be collectors that are going to go, oh, that's one of 750, or that's that Supercon that was one of 750 or whatever. So yes, that's that iWheels versions of those cars because that car is already going for good money, like I mentioned. That's just the rarest version of that car, and so it's gonna bring more money down the road because they make that small number of them, and that's what collectors love. So $30 to start on the Porsche. Sorry guys if there was someone waiting me to start the clock on it. So there we go. 5 minutes on that. And so my point is if you see these Porsches and these chrome cars and they're in really good shape and they're really inexpensive, don't just slough them off if you're a collector. Be sure and check them out. Like I said, I had no idea until I started doing the Porsche collection, trying to get all the Porsches that I could. And I was like, a 2? Are you kidding me? For that chrome thing? So it's a beautiful car. Well, David, you said you wanted to do 65 on the chrome. I'm going to cut your price in half there and save you money. Like I said, $30 if you want to bid $30, put $30 down there, and it sounds like you'd be the proud owner of the car, and save yourself $35. I'm not, like I said, I'm not out to gouge anybody. And someone mentioned, yeah, that's a good price. Oh, Adam, yeah, hold on to them, my friend. Those are what you call rainy day funds. Those are when you need emergency cash, and you could slap it on eBay for a few days and make some quick cash on it. So, and in case you guys were wondering, you can use these bodies on other Tyco chassis. So I don't know that I would particularly use this one. Like I said, once I sell it to you, it's your car. You do it whatever you want to with it. I don't presume to tell anybody what they want to do or don't do with their car. I just know what I did with mine, and I got one that came in one of my older Tyco track sets, if you guys remember, and so I've got an original that came in the set from 19. I think we determined 81. So I don't need this one. So this was actually sitting up on my wall in my box. That's how I figured I'd found the best version of this I could find without buying a brand new one. Little until I found the one in my set. Got the one in the set. So pretty cool. These cars will handle really good too, by the way. Are you all right, Ryburn? We got Ryburn at $35. And we have, every time I said a bid would come out, I'd show the clock. So just a little over 2 minutes. Is Ryburn going to make history and be the first one and number 2 buyer of cars on the auction? That's pretty cool. Forever on YouTube history. This is a good looking car, guys. I'm telling you, if you're a collector, you know what I'm talking about with the chrome and having scratches and stuff in it. I mean, for a car being 45 years old, this thing is just in amazing shape. Still chrome on the wheels. See, on the front and rear wheels. None of the tampos messed up on the top. No scratches on it whatsoever. Yeah, Jeff, that's what I'm talking about, man. This is why it was up in my case. I figure if this is a 2 rare, very good collector value, and it looks this good and it's 45 years old, I don't know how I'm going to do much better, other than brand new. And like I said, I pointed out the one and only flaw in it, and this is from the factory and not a external after the fact. So I'm thinking that this was in somebody else's collection and set until I got it, is what happened. We're at 30 seconds. Ryburn is the high at $35 right now. Yeah, like I said, guys, if you're into the older Tycos and the Porsches, it's going to be hard to beat this one. And a lot of people don't like the chrome, and I get it, but I like it because it has the dark green glass on it. Like I said, it's just when they used to make cars different. You know, they weren't all just all cookie cutter. Oh, there we go. Auction over. So Ryburn, number 1 and number 2. Congratulations, sir. So everyone give it up to Ryburn that's on the channel live. Everybody else, he got a couple of kick-ass cars, to say the least. So we'll show off Ryburn's 2 purchases here. Congratulations on that. Yeah, I agree with you, Jeff. You got a new old stock Tyco from 1988. Come on, man. There we go. And then as close to as new of a Curve Hugger 908 Porsche long nose, collector rating of a 2, the number 9. Beautiful cars. Beautiful cars. Good purchases, sir. So anybody that's watching this video after the fact, thank you first. And secondly, we still have this car available and this car available. So just a friendly reminder, these will go on eBay Monday night at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. This one, $35 if you get a hold of me through YouTube, $40 if you get a hold of me through YouTube. And if I don't have a bid on them on eBay, if it's after Monday night, then I'll still sell it to you for whatever it is on here right now. So, and if they're sold, then I'm going to put those in the description as sold. So both Porsches and the Chaparral Pennzoil number 5 are sold, but these 2 will still be listed as available. Yeah, I agree. Shiny and chrome. Yep. So cool. Thank you, Ryburn. And thank you, David, for participating. Let's get rid of that. There you go. There. That's if you go and look at that video, you'll see there's the section I was pointing out. But you look at the rest of that thing, and that's actually a reflection of the room of the picture. You can see the selfie light in the reflection of the chrome of the car. That's how perfect that thing is. And the lights are so clear, they don't even look like they're there. Trust me, they're there. That's just how new this is looking. It's insane how beautiful this car is, guys. I'm telling you. Goodbye, man. Very goodbye. If you like those cars, I'm not trying to tell people, I'm not trying to push a style on somebody that they don't like if they think it's ugly, because a lot of people don't like those older Porsches. I like Le Mans type cars. That's what that is. So I'm all about it. Oh yeah, no, and see that's why I tell everybody is you can find those old replacement bloods, David, um, anywhere on eBay. There's a bunch of them out there. Good stuff. So what is new with everybody in the slot car world? Did everybody watch Brian's Pro Tinker feed on the new Space Jam release? How many people out here are going to participate in buying that Space Jam series from Auto World? Oh, David, I don't know what's going on with your internet, man, but yeah, no, that it's already they're both already sold. The auction's already over. The only 2 cars I have left right now, my friend, I'm sorry, on this auction are these 2 right here. And this one was for 40 and this one was for 35. I apologize. I know you've got some internet issues going on, but whenever the timer went off, I have to call it, you know what I'm saying? So I just to make it fair to everybody, you know, because there were 20 other people that could Space Jam, give me a break, yeah. If LeBron was on the cover, I'm not going to buy them, even if they didn't have LeBron on the cover. Okay, so those are for kids to me. And I can see where Brian's saying that they're going to be for collectors somewhere down the road, but that's for the Auto World collector. That's the guy that's going into the deep end on the Auto World collecting. Yeah, no. I think it's cool what they did with those chassis. I'm just not too, I'm saying I like that translucent stuff. It just looks cool because it's different. Now if it works or not, that's a whole other story. But because we got to remember who's manufacturing it. But if it did run, I think that'd be pretty cool to have because you'll notice that a lot of the new chassis that are coming out, the dash chassis, they come out in different colors. Yeah, exactly, Adam. Yeah, no, see, that's exactly like I said for kids, and that's why I was describing this one. This is a kid car, and what's scary though is this is really fast for a kid car, but that's what this car is. This is who this is supposed to literally your what I would call your 7 to 10 year olds. That's what this car was geared for. It's not geared for adults or serious collectors. It just happens to be part of the series, and they kind of drag you into getting it. So yeah, if you're a collector. Are you sure, Ryburn? At Hobby Lobby, Mike? Yeah. Hey, David, Ryburn has graciously said that he would step aside if you wanted to buy the Porsche for the $60. Since you're having your internet connection and you're having to do your stuff with your phone. So if you want to buy it for $60, say yes or no. Either way, no big deal. But he is being gracious enough to let you do that since he understands what's going on with your having to do stuff on your phone. So if you want to buy this for $60, he said he'd let you do that and forego his final bid that he won the car with. So that's very very gracious, Robert. Thank you, buddy. Like I said, I just got to be fair to everybody. Yep. Just got to be fair. When the timer goes off, timer goes off. Okay. So $60 on the Porsche, correct, David? I mean, if you don't have to type it, just give me a thumbs up on the emoji. I've already got your email information, so I can contact you after we're done. And Ryburn, once again, thank you for your graciousness, dude. You didn't have to do that, and I know David appreciates it too. Just so you guys know, David's getting back into the hobby again, and I'm not going to tell you. I mean, he can tell you himself how much money he spent the last month getting back into the hobby. But he's dove into the deep end like a lot of us have, and realized how much fun it is. There's a whole new community of people out here that are willing to have fun and share and do everything with, and so yeah, he's getting right there with us. So. Cool. And like I said, he happened to stumble upon my channel on YouTube, and that's even more amazing. So, I'm not even. Oh, speaking of which, guys, before I forget, and if someone chimes in, that's fine. Don't let me stop you guys from doing the chat. We're literally only 10 people away from the 500, so I've got to get my ass in gear and get my room set up and get moved. But no, I can't move all my stuff until the heavy stuff until the 21st and stuff like that. But I am going to try to get the tables over there. Couldn't get them over there this weekend, but I'm going to try to get them over there next weekend, weather permitting. The Easter holiday got me this weekend. But point being is, since the easier one of the two for me to build first will be the Omega G Plus, then that's the one I'm going to start with because that's just simple. It's just going to be simple magnets, front end, rear end, and ring gear and pinion, and tires. And then we'll decide on what kind of color and sticker package by vote of the people on the channel we want to put on there, and I'll show that process too because I have a blank Ford Fusion stock car that's the body in white that by vote of the people on the channel we're going to pick a color, and then I'll go out and buy the color, and then I'll show you guys how I prep it, and we'll paint it. And I've got decals for Ford Fusions, and I've even got little window decals. Yeah, see, there you go, Joe Dirt. That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. See, those chassis are cool. The body's not so much, in my opinion. Like I said, it's for kids though. So, but like I said, that's I can't. I'm not trying to be a grumpy guess. I guess I sound like one though. I'm just saying it's not for me. But I do see where they need to do that for the appeal to get little kids in, because that those Thunder Jets or those T Jets or whatever the hell they call them are their slowest car, and you got a kid with a variable power pack on one of those and it could slow them down. They could have a lot of fun with one of those cars, and you could jazz it up by saying, "Oh, you're Bugs Bunny," and make fun of Elmer Fudd or the Tasmanian Devil, whatever. So Adam, yeah. So how many people out there that have kids do you, whenever you go into Hobby Lobby, do you try to take advantage of those $20 cars, because it's those are going to be for your kids, and let them pick out the car? And what do they usually pick? Are they usually picking up those Looney Tunes or going for the Space Jam stuff, or do they go for the standard cars? Are they going for the more realistic stuff? That's what's curious to me. I think there was a yellow 935 last time. Okay, so the one that I had that was going to be part of the auction, a friend reached out to me after he saw the video, someone local, and asked if he could just buy it, and he made me an offer I couldn't refuse. And since I'll be racing with him, I didn't want to hear about it if I didn't sell it to him. So I apologize to all of you all, but I have to try to keep everybody happy. Yeah, I don't know. I'm wondering, because of what Brian said, that the Auto World Adam he told them that they were asking Hobby Lobby to raise their price by $2. Maybe that they're selling all their inventory that they had for their 19.99 and their $12 or $13, whatever it is, for their pit kits, and that way they can get the new inventory with the new price hike. That's my guess, because my Hobby Lobby, they don't have any now. The pegs are empty, done. Yeah. Oh yeah, guys, I can't wait. I was so disappointed when I found out I couldn't get any help to move the track today, because I was so looking forward to doing that. And then I remembered the new place don't have Wi-Fi. It won't have it until I move in, because I don't want to pay two Wi-Fi bills, since I'm already paying two utility bills and two sets of rents for the month of April. So I'm trying to cut whatever money I can out of the equation, and doubling up on Wi-Fi when I'm only using one of them full time is not part of the plan. So what I may end up doing when I'm putting up the tables is trying to film what I can with my phone until it runs out of memory, or I may just end up taking pictures in stages as we go, and then doing a video on that. That's crazy, Jeff. 17? Shit. That's like a full pegboard at mine. I see we're back up to 21, and we had at one point in time at least 22 people here. I'm sorry I don't keep up with it. And like I said, feel no pressure to join in on the chat, but thank you for joining in with us here tonight. Happy Easter weekend to everybody if you are just joining in or haven't joined in. We had our first ever official live auction bid winner, and that goes out to Ryburn. So congratulations again to Ryburn. His first ever live bid auction went out for the new old stock Tyco Pennzoil Chaparral. I got it from Singapore. The tiny loft seller on eBay, I got two of them, and I just basically split the shipping cost and tried to turn around and sell it. And he was gracious enough to purchase that. So congratulations to Ryburn on that one. And then David Ryburn had actually won this one, but he's having issues with his internet and having to use his phone and having problems with connectivity with that. And so David was the second ever winner because Ryburn stepped down off of his win off of this one and let David win this one. So these two cars have been sold. And thank you both and Ryburn again for stepping to the side and letting David buy his car since he's having his problems and couldn't get his bid in before the timer ran out. Hey, shipped in the high hay, man. Well, I tell everybody better late than never. And I tell everybody I'm going to be late to my funeral. So, yeah. $12 each. The dude. Okay, yeah. See, I knew it was like 11, 12, 12 or $13 somewhere in there. But regardless, that's a steal for those pit kits. I love those things. Um, there's a lot of them too. One of the most desirable to find if you guys are collectors on those pit kits is the DeLorean, and then they made I think it's a '63 Vet. So those are some of the two OG original pit kits that you would want to try to find if you're into collecting Auto World pit kits. I happen to have both of those, and when we do the look what Scott's unpacking videos, I'll be able to show you guys those again in case you missed whenever I was packing those away the first time. Like I said, it's going to be pretty cool being able to. It's going to be like Christmas for me because I've forgotten about half the damn. I know it sounds horrible, but when you haven't seen your stuff in 6 months, you're going to forget some of the stuff that you had, and that's I've already done that with some of my tracks. I was like, wow, I don't even remember buying that. That's bad. In fact, I was thinking about having a contest, but there's not enough tracks with the number of subscribers that I had to make it fair. So, but I thought about taking a picture of the new man cave and all the track sets that I have. Every track set that I own now is at that house or at the new duplex. And I thought about taking a picture and having a contest, who could come the closest to saying how many track sets that I had, but I don't even know how many I have, so I can't even do that contest yet. So I'm gonna have to sit there and count them. Oh, no problem, David. Thank you, man. Thanks for confirming. Like I said, I've got your email information from your purchase last week. Thank you again, sir. And I'll reach out to you and Ryburn after the show's over and get you an exact cost to your door like last time. And we'll get them all packed up and both of you guys' cars will go out just as quickly as possible. And as I once I get money, I print the label and they go out to whichever shipping partner you choose the very next day. So, oh, cool, David. See, that's cool. See, yeah, I've got another. I don't know, not another one of those, but I've got some more chrome Porsches that I'll be trying to sell. I'll be putting up for auction, not trying to sell, I guess. Well, just putting up for auction later. Like I said, I tried to mix it up. I didn't have any of my AFX cars that I had wanted prepped yet, and I didn't want to do two of the indie style cars. I try to keep it a different genre on stuff. So that's why you see, the kid stuff, so to speak. Maybe slight collector, the kid stuff here, the collector stuff there. The new old stock here, and then the definite, unicorn. Thank goodness, you found it kind of car. So, you know, kind of cool. Try to mix it up a little bit. Hey, Mark, thanks for stopping in, buddy. Happy holidays to you and your family. Yeah, we're holding on a solid 20 people here. Yeah, man. Oh, you got a good car, David. You got a really nice car, man. I mean, I guess I'd be a really good car salesman as long as I could tell the truth, but I don't think a car lot would want me to do that. I sober too. Okay, I will, David. Oh yeah. And everybody that does reach out to me, once again, because of my situation and my moving, I apologize if I'm not able to get back with you immediately or within a couple of days. And don't feel bad if you messaged and said, where are you at, or did you get my last email? No, that's fine. I apologize to you for even having to do that. It's just that when literally I'm packing on my lunch break since I'm here, and then I have it all loaded up, and then I get off work at 4:30 Central Standard Time, and then I load up the dogs, and then it takes it in 4:30 afternoon traffic. It takes like 45 minutes for me to get to the new place. Then I have to unload everything, and then I have to try to fight my way back, do it again, and go back and forth and stuff like that. And so by the time I get done moving, I'm like I said, it's just dinner time, shower, and then bed. And like I said, I didn't go to bed one night this week sooner than 1 o'clock, and my alarm goes off at 6 Monday through Friday. So there was one night in there, I couldn't even tell you which night because they're all starting to blur together, that I literally, even if I got to sleep at exactly 1 o'clock, it would have been the only 5 hours of sleep. Any plans for next week's cars? Oh yeah, yeah. I got some. So let me ask you guys this. Adam brings up a good point. What kind of? I mean, I've been trying to mix it up with manufacturers, and like I said, I'll try to get some of the AFX stuff mixed in here soon. I just don't have a lot of it because, like I said, it's been so pricey. I can't justify spending what it's going to take to buy it, and then I feel guilty with what I'd have to ask for it if I don't get a good deal, in the first place. So that's why, unless I really find the special deals like I found on, for instance, this one, I just can't. I don't have a lot of AFX stuff for sale. I mainly buy it for my personal collection. But this will be a seller. This will be one of them. And then I do know we have some interest in the Dale Earnhardt as a runner, and I'll try to find one of those. But the one that I have there would be a shelf queen in my book. But to each, like I said, you buy it and you do what you want to with it. I just got a good deal on the open twin pack. The cars were brand new, never been ran. Just it was open, and the wheels literally were so old on this Earnhardt, they just fell off. They just rotted and fell off. The pack was all, I can't show it because I've already moved it, but the package was all yellowed out. That's what I tell everybody. If you are going to be a collector, I'll just reiterate this again because we have some new people on the channel. If you are going to be a collector, the only way to keep these clear is to keep them out of the sun. As soon as these start getting hit with UV rays, they start turning yellow, and it ruins them. I mean, doesn't ruin the cars, just ruins the packaging. Doesn't keep me from buying them if it's a really rare car, but if you're a collector and you're thinking you may sell your collection somewhere down the road, then you're going to want your stuff to be as mint, close as new condition as possible. And the only way to do that is keep it out of the sun. So the package that these came in had not been, and it was yellow when it was supposed to be clear. I mean, it was as yellow as this Pennzoil car of Ryburn's. Yeah, that yellow. And um, anyway, so yeah, as soon as I pulled the cars out of the package, the front tires literally just rotted right off of it. So I try to mix up stock cars, Indy cars, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Anybody have a preference? Formula One and Le Mans types. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I've got more Formula One stuff, and I've got some more Le Mans type Porsches and stuff like that too. As many of you know, or even if you don't know, I'll reiterate again. I have a Mustang that I drag race that I'm currently assembling money for in between moving and everything else to get my engine finished so I can race it full time. And yeah, long story short, two hobbies. So that's why I have to sell cars in order to buy new slot cars and keep my love of this hobby going, because all of my 9 to 5 money job is going for the car and life right now. But I like racing. I'm a racer is my whole point. So a lot of my cars are geared towards racing. It's not to say that I don't love the Mustangs, but if you can see right here, out of this whole row, there's not one of them that's not dedicated to racing. And then all of a sudden you throw in my oddball, Auto World collection stuff, or the oddball Tyco, this non-racing stuff. But I'm a racer, so yeah, a lot of the stuff that I'll be selling is geared more towards the racing side than it is the daily driver side. I guess a better way to put it. Oh, cool. Thanks, Rick. Yeah, no, it's going to be one. The only here I can tell you right now, I'll pull this one off, and these two off, and these two don't even have body. These came in a purchase off eBay when I got this car. Someone threw these two bodies in for free. But yeah, so these three right here that you see, these will eventually be on the auction show. And these are some exquisite examples of these cars and trucks and F1 cars. If you're there, you go. So like I said, to me, these would be shelf queens, but to someone else, they'll be, track kings. So, just depends on what you want to do with them. But all three of these will be eventually, at some point in time, on the auction. And I have more than just this. I've got over, like I said, 60 cars. Well, not 60 anymore. I'm down to 58 after these two sold, and then the other one, I guess 57 after the Porsche sold too. So, yeah. Oh, so that's their trick. Okay, David, thanks for sharing. Wow, David. NASCAR trucks, yes. Had you not seen these before, Mr. Hurt? This happens to be the Mike Skinner. This was the Richard Childress owned truck, and so he did it with the like the number 3. Only way to get this truck was in that twin pack, kind of like the Hot Wheels twin pack. One of those I'm going to be putting up for auction. The only way to get that truck was in that twin pack. I actually have enough of these trucks that I have. They're one of my series on my track. So I got the J.C. Penney's truck, this one, the Xerox one, and the Hot Wheels one. And there's another one, I just can't think of it right now. That's why those trucks are so desirable. Sorry, I'm working my way up. Yeah. Well, believe in yourself. I suffer from a medical condition known as cluster headaches, and I'll give everybody a little 30-second to a minute history on cluster headaches. Cluster headaches are like migraines, except instead of a whole head feeling like your migraine and your head's wanting to explode, all of that same pressure happens only on one half of my brain, and that's what a cluster headache is. And it always happens on the right side of my brain. And it just so happens alcohol is one of the triggers for cluster headaches. I didn't know that I actually had those. I thought I just had bad sinus headaches when I was younger. And then when I finally got diagnosed with them, that's when I quit drinking alcohol, because it turned into a thing where if I could have one sip of beer and it would literally set off one of my headaches. One sip. And I'm like, fuck, that ain't worth it. So I don't drink. Exide. Thank you, Jeff. Yeah, see, I knew there were 5 of them. Thank you, thank you. See, that's why I love the people who watch my channel. They have my back like I have theirs. It's what friends do, man. Oh, and Mark, I completely understand why you want to stick with Vipers on your channel. Like I said, I get to watch a lot of videos or parts of videos in between either resting or at stoplights or if I'm stuck in traffic or whatever. I just don't always get to comment. And I get exactly where you're coming from with the Vipers because it's just so easy. You get it, you put it on the track and you race it. Where if you're doing a Tyco and you have problems and you're tweaking on it like you would be like an auto world, and that's what it kind of reminds you of. So I completely understand why dollar for dollar why you would just go ahead and stay with some of the Viper cars because like you mentioned it starts turning into cost and excuse me that's what I'm going to point out when I build the one that I'm going to give away is by the time you buy all the parts to put into the Tyco 440 to try to make it run like a Viper, you could have bought a Viper probably cheaper if you get it for the $45 or the $50 range by the time you buy an arm, motor magnets, traction magnets, front end, rear end, you know. Yeah. Adds up. Shift into high, not to my knowledge. Not to my knowledge. I'd like them. I haven't been on their webpage in a long time because right now, just me trying to answer emails and me getting on the computer's been a challenge. And so I've been, even though I'm here, I'm not really in it, you know what I'm saying? So I haven't been able to do my normal weekly hobby shop perusing to see what's new and what's coming out and stuff like that. So you guys probably have been more up to date on it than I have right now in the last week or so. Yeah, Mark. No, and I get it too. See, because when I first started, I didn't pay any attention, guys. You won't believe this. As many Tycos as I have, and much as I brag on them now, I didn't have any Tycos when I first started back up into this. I didn't even look at them to buy. The All I was worried about was the Mega G pluses and the Mega Gs, and then the occasional Super G plus. And because I was like, the Magna tractions, they don't stay on the track. Rah, 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 rah. And now look at me, I just love the Tycos because the new Mega G pluses, and I'll keep saying it until they give me a replacement motor without having to, go through warranty. And that is those Can-Dam motors. Like I said, love them on one hand, hate them on the other. Love that they're easy to work with because there's no hopping them up, no do nothing to the physical motor. So to me, that's as closest to an IROC you could have a series car. But the problem is those motors vary so much in quality control. One can be a runner and one can be a track cleaner. You just never know. And if you get a track cleaner, there's nothing you can do that's going to make it run as good as the one that's a runner. And if you want a perfect example of that, watch Dan with Slot Valley Racing's video where he put his controllers on rubber bands and had two of the Mustangs and two of the new Camaros going around his track. And you can see which cars were the runners and which ones were going to be the slower ones. And that set Mustang that he had by far was the fastest out of all four of those cars. I can tell you right off the bat. That would be the one that I would want to put money into race because it's already a runner. So just as an example. Yeah. Okay. So now that you say that, Jeff, I think they do sell one with a no mag because they put it with for the brass weights. Yes. So Viper does sell a chassis like that. I apologize. Now that you say that. Oh, that sucks. The original Batmobile 4 gear. I will. No, I don't think I got one coming up. Let me look. Let me look at my box of stuff that's to be listed for sale real quick, and I can see whether or not I got one coming. I don't think I do. No. Yeah, already. Sorry. If I come across another 4 gear Batmobile, I'll keep you in mind, David. I apologize. I just don't have one right now. I sold the one that I had. Yeah, HCS, Jeff. Yeah. Yep. Mark can verify there for us. Yeah. Yeah, shift into high. See, that's what I love about this channel, and that's why I did this chat, is so people could come on here and we could discuss. And if someone had a question or someone had an opinion on, like, we were talking about the Looney Tunes stuff. Like I said, we agree that a lot of us do, that those chassis are pretty cool. We just don't necessarily agree with the cars and the artwork that goes with them. But like I said, once again, you got to remember, and I do, while I'm sitting here belly aching about it, those are geared for somebody else. They're not geared for me. And so those are geared for little kitty poos. Um, so the one thing I like about, if you're going to go what I call can motor racing, Mark, if where something that's really simple that you don't have to work on, I'm leaning towards those Bulldogs and the new Hardin Creek Super Sevens, and they're basically, they're just based off the turbo chassis, and that's why I like the turbo chassis and the SRT Super Racing Turbo chassis. Like, this is just the racing turbo. You can tell by the big magnets, and then the SRT has the smaller magnets like the Mega G's and the Mega G Pluses. But these are just little can motors, and you can buy these replacement can motors, pop it in, pop it out, put on your ring, put your pinion gear on it, and you're good to go. Pretty cool. I like the Tommy, the Tommy turbos. Oh, okay. So you get more of the drifting thing. Yeah. Okay. See, Mark. Yeah, I figured you would be. Just throwing that out there for everybody. Drifting. Yeah. One of the people that bought I sold what they call that U-turn Mustang, and he was saying the tires were really hard and on the back, and wanted to get replacement tires. And I was like, oh yeah, you can just buy you some gel claws for it, but that's going to take away the spin. I said, so you're going to want to try to find some of those harder rubber or harder foamed cars that will tires that will at least get it up some speed, so it would want to turn around and come the other way, for the U-turn part of it, because gel claws ain't going to do no damn U-turn that I found. Now, I love gel claws for about 3 laps. And then after about 3 laps, I notice I have to start driving different, because those gel claws lose their grip on my track. Now, if I get some of the Viper, Hardin Creek, or some super tires, one of those 3 different brands, they last longer, clean wise. Auto World Wear tires. Oh, okay. Thanks, Shipper in the High. There's a good tip. I have to reach out to him and let him know that. Thank you for sharing. I didn't know what kind of a hard tire would be out there that that he could use, because I'm not in racing. You're generally not looking to try to drift. You're looking for the best amount of traction and control as possible, not the amount of how much you hang your ass end out. The replacement Thunderjet. Okay, cool. Like I said, thanks. Yeah, see, I saw that. I don't know if many of you guys, if you like the Thunderjets and the original T Jets, Jeff Ryan has a channel, and that's all he does is the original Aurora Thunderjets. And if you want to know, or the T Jets, and if you want to know anything and everything about T Jets and all about their parts, and he is an encyclopedia. I am personally, I know, like for instance, U of M Ted, he is big in, he likes a lot of those types of cars and stuff like that. And I know Brian prefers them with Pro Tinker Toys and stuff like that. I just don't personally prefer those. I like to go really fast, and that's not to say you can't make those fast. I'm more of the like Mark. I'd rather get it out of the package, tweak it a little bit, throw it on the track, and watch it fly, than spend all day changing springs and bushings, and yeah. So it all depends on what you want to do. Oh yeah, see, whenever Dan says, he gives it the old Slot Valley treatment stuff, I love the way they look on those tires and stuff. They just compared to a super tire or a gel claw or something like that. There's no comparison. Like I said, when I open up a Mega G Plus car and I put it on the track, I try to get it. I know it's crazy, but before I tore down the track and started making it bigger, I could tell within a first 10 laps on whether or not I had a runner or if I had one that was just oh well, it's a looker. And I would use that, and I could still tell that with the factory tires because I knew that if they ran a certain time with those factory tires, then I knew that okay, if I do this, it's going to increase it by about this much, and I do this by this much, and then I can start whittling down that lap time to make it competitive to the other guys that I race against. Yeah, drove the first lap. Yep. Oh yeah, see, Mark, I just like them because of like they remind me of the Mega G when they came out with those F1 cars, the F1 versions. They all had the Potenza, Bridgestone Potenza tires on them, and that was really unique for then. And then everybody started doing it. But I think they look good on like the drag cars and stuff like that. Now, as far as handling goes, that's what I call shelf queen tires. Those are for the make it look authentic. Those aren't for the real racing. Yeah, yeah, Rick, exactly. The SVR treatment. Ah, see, that sucks, Mark. See, everybody and their brother um, on this video, they finally, the third one was the charm, but still, I mean, that's three chassis that they had to get him one. You know, uh, I still haven't got any of mine yet. Like I said, I've got to sell cars to buy cars, and I'm waiting until I can buy several of the AFX cars that I haven't purchased so I can get a deal of free shipping. And in order to do that, I have to spend X amount of dollars. And if I'm going to spend X amount of dollars to get certain cars, I might as well get all the cars that I don't have that I need to add to my collection and stuff, like the old the GT40 that they came out with, the white with the green nose, the two Ford GTs, the Heritage editions they came out with, the two Camaros, the two Mustangs, the I already got the one bet that came in the set, but I'm going to go ahead and get another one that's in the blister packs for the wall. So, I mean, Jesus, there's like 8 cars right there, 9, 10 cars, you know, $35 a pop. They're $350. No, Mark, like I said, wholeheartedly, it's catch 22. Um, love them, hate them. If they, yeah, I don't even know even if they made a replacement motor, I'd like them that much better because it still pissed me off that I'd have to be replacing the damn motor. Like I said, this Tyco's 45 freaking years old. 45 years old. Now I don't care if it's barely been used or not, which it's barely been used, but it will still run. There is no there is no guarantee that when you buy a brand new Mega G Plus car now that it's even going to run. You can watch one of Terry Flynn's at Hardin Creek, one of his videos. He pulled one out of the package, and the green ground strap that goes to the top of the motor, it wasn't even soldered on. He had to resolder it. Oh no, Rick, not all of them are. I've actually seen some people had really good luck. It's just ironic that everybody that I happen to know or watch videos of happen to be posting videos of all the problems that they've been having with theirs, and that's very discouraging. Because I I hold them above Auto World, but when they start slipping down to Auto World quality, then I have no room to heckle Auto World. Yeah, see, okay, so on the West Coast, Mark, this is something I'm going to try. they race those things because apparently somebody out there has found those replacement motors, and they take out that circuit board and they wire direct to that motor. So they add another wire to that motor for each of the shoes, and take out that circuit board for weight and better electricity. I haven't got all the details on it yet, but trust me, I'm going to. Oh, see, shifting high. That was one of the things that Terry had to do with his. The pinion gear on his was pressed on crooked, and it was barely making his car go because it was skipping every so often. It wasn't even hitting every time. Well, Jeff, do you happen to know where there's a place where we can try to get those same replacement ones? You know what I'm saying? That same size? Okay, see, Mark, I always wondered about that, but it was one of those things that, I got other fish in the frying pan to worry about than to. Thank you for sharing that. I always wondered about that. So they kind of did that like when Tyco and Mattel, whenever they sold international cars, they had that little resistor. You can always tell a foreign chassis Tyco because they had that little resistor in the front. I know the Canadian versions had that little, like, I don't know, pancake looking resistor up in the front, and the American versions generally don't. Yeah, Rick, that was what was happening. Okay, yeah, so you know what I'm talking about. So yeah. Okay, so that's basically what they had to do for that RF interference. That's crazy. Hmm. I never looked at my slot cars and thought that they were going to cause a problem to the point that the government had to step in and require something to be added to them. It's a fucking little, pardon my French, it's a little electrical motor. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. Well, you got your track up and running, buddy, and if you do it, I'll be watching and learning. And if you don't, then I'm going to try. Oh, yeah, yeah. The government always knows best. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. No, well, I'll politely disagree with that. I know you're being sarcastic, but yeah, yeah. The only reason why they're concerned for your safety is because if you're dead, you can't pay taxes. Once they get your state money, then they can't tax you anymore. So they don't want you to die. Yeah. Yep. Good old government. Oh, cool, Mark. Well, see, that's perfect because remember, I don't know if you caught one of my live feeds. I mentioned that somebody on eBay was trying to sell little 3 packs to those replacement motors, and they were supposedly 17% faster or whatever. And I thought that that would be the perfect opportunity to try one on one of my dead chassis because, like I mentioned, once those die, there's nothing you can do with them, and it doesn't happen for like 6 months, maybe sometimes after you bought the car. So you can't go to AFX and go, yeah, I've been racing the piss out of your car and now it's dead. I want you to send me a new one. I've never tried to do that. I don't want to abuse the warranty thing of it. So they quit, doing it or ban me from doing it because I'm trying to get so many damn cars replaced. So anyway, that was my theory is I was going to buy some of those replacement motors off eBay, take out that damn circuit board, and then try to cut me a little snippet of wire and then solder it directly to the shoe pickup hanger on both sides and then directly to the motor, like I've seen in pictures. That's all I've seen. But apparently they do that, like I said, for better electrical connection and lighten up the car a little bit. I mean, those are already pretty light chassis anyway. But if we can find replacement motors, I mean, I'd be all about that because, I mean, think about it, not having to replace little carbon bushings, the brushes, no having to do the springs, no, like I said, for racing and crashing and being able just to stick it back on the track and race, those cars are pretty sweet. The only thing I hate is those freaking motors. Maybe I got the salary iron. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Joe. I agree completely. If you hear that from the government, yeah. 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 That's why I always cringe whenever I see one of our representatives trying to send me something in the mail to try to tell me how awesome they are. I'm like, just quit wasting my tax money sending me stuff that I'm going to throw away. Yeah, that's cool. Man, I can't believe. I don't know how many of the 17 have been here the whole time, but if you've just filtered in recently, and I apologize to the people that have been here the whole time, but I don't want to make anybody feel like they've been left out if they joined in late. Happy Easter weekend to everybody. Thank you for joining in for any amount of time that you could, even if you don't come in on the chat. If you are not able to catch this live, please, I've got the live chat repeated as we're going along so you can see what we're all talking about, what I'm laughing about, if I don't repeat everything that's in the chat. And leave a comment below. And like I mentioned earlier in this live segment, or live feed tonight, if I don't reply within a couple of days, I apologize. I try to get back as a matter of respect to the people that took the time to do it, to show appreciation, to try to do it as quick as I can. But right now I'm moving and my life is like super helter skelter like it was the last time that I moved, except right now it's a lot of packing, driving, unpacking, driving, packing, undriving, versus the little quick stuff that I did the last time. So um, please participate. And if once again, over 2/3 of the people that have viewed my videos since I started making videos again, since the family issues went away, are non-subscribers. So I'm begging you, please, if you're a non-subscriber, please subscribe and help push us to that 500 mark. If you're not aware, once we get to 500, I'm going to start doing a video project where we're going to upgrade and build up a Mega G Plus car and a Tyco 440 X2, and then those are going to be giveaway cars to people that are subscribers of my channel. Is my way of saying thank you for being a loyal subscriber. And then we're going to get for that push for the next 500 to try to get to 1,000. But I'm appreciative of every 100. So every time we hit the 100 milestone, then there'll be another giveaway, unless something happens in between where I can share something for free or have a little contest in the middle. So that, we're 10 away from the 500. So if you're not a subscriber yet, try to push us over that limit so we can get that giveaway started when I get moved over to the new location. Half price sale. So you're saying you want like a Robert Fish sale at Pro Tinker Toys if he ever comes down from Canada, then he has to sell all of the Auto World and AFX cars for like 20 or 25 bucks. Yes. Okay. Well, shift into high. Much as I would love to be able to do that, the old saying goes, takes money to make money, and you also got to have money to lose it. I have neither. So I literally robbed Peter to pay Paul. And if I did a 50% off sale, then I would literally be dipping into my wallet and giving cars away at half price, where I know, based on my knowledge on the cost of slot cars from Auto World to wholesalers, that he can still sell those for 25 bucks and make money on them. I can't. Free CUDA. You guys are killing me. That's awesome. Hey, I think I actually got a couple of his free CUDAs when he was giving all those away for doing that. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. Mate, yeah, I have to see what extra I could try to give away as a third place. We'll do a first, second, and third place, and the two first place prizes will be the two big ones, and then the third place prize will be like a something from Hobby Lobby that I pulled off the shelf that doesn't cost me an arm and a leg. Because honestly, I did the math. It's going to be like I'll have like $60 of my own money. God, like I said, I already got the parts, but if you were to go out and buy the parts yourself, like $60 in parts on on one of those cars, and so you're giving away a good chunk of change right off the bat. And $60 to me is, I'm working some hours at work. I don't make that much money in an hour. So this is my way of saying thank you to my viewers and I appreciate it because I enjoy this right here. It's a Saturday night on Easter weekend, and sitting here talking slot cars and having fun. Ooh, cool, cool. Mark, I'm sorry, I'm reading up here. So did you get one of those now did you get one of the routed tracks, or did you get one of those ones that they sell that's the whole sheet that they've routed into some I don't know whatever the material is and laid into it, so you actually have to put it on a board and it's not like an actual track that you put together. Which one did you get? Because they sell one of those like a 3x7 or something like that for like $400 or best offer. And they've offered it to me for like 250 or I'm sorry, 200. Yeah, no, maybe it was 250, 400, no, 300, 299. Yeah. 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 Believe in yourself. Yeah. That's exactly what I'd have to do. Oh, cool, 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 cool. See, because I can look that up and see. I was talking with Terry Flynn on the phone one day, and I made the comment. I go, dude, I go, I'll never be able to afford like your routed track that you have in your basement, you know. So I said that's why I'm working with the other track. And he goes, oh, you'd be surprised if you start shopping around. Prices have come down, and that's then I started looking at those Viper tracks, and I just the ones that I want are the ones that are like 13 and 1500 freaking dollars, and yeah. You know how many of these little cars I'd have to sell to make $2 and $5. Yeah, yeah, that's cool, Mark. I'm glad. Yeah, I can't wait to see that track. I eventually, uh, when the housing market corrects itself and lenders, I mean, when contractors start building new houses again, and wealthy corporations quit buying up all the new houses and scalping people, here in the next couple of years, I'm hoping I'll be able to purchase my own place, and then that's why I plan on trying to have like 3 different tracks. I want to have my AFX track, a Tyco track, and then I want to have one of those Viper tracks of some kind, and then I'm going to have the drag strip for out in the garage because I'm going to make mine a scale quarter-mile in length. Plus the timing system. Yeah. Are you going to go with Viasu again? Or is you do have a Viasu on yours, don't you? I thought you did, or was it a TrackMate? Yep. Oh, it's like everything. I'd really like to. I don't know if you guys have heard of one of the OG track routers, Brad Bowman of Bowman Tracks. You can go to his webpage and check out a lot of the tracks that he's done, and he does little works of art for wooded routed tracks. Oh, the one with Viper provides. Oh, okay. I didn't know they had their own timing system. Cool. Hey, Patrick, by the beach. Yeah, you'll have to let me know which one you like better. Mark, I'm curious. Like I said, that's why I do this channel because I can't afford everything that I want to buy, but I know there's other people out there that have it. And the only way I'm going to learn about it is if they share. So thanks, buddy. Glad you could join in, man. Long time no talk to. Yeah, I'm sold on Baisu and their customer service, and you know, it's not like every program. Sometimes it doesn't have some little glitches or some issues because I know mine does sometimes. But that's just, I mean, my work computer and work programs have glitches all the time. So, you know, I think that's just part of anything that's electronic is you're going to have to deal with whatever's little idiosyncrasies that it may have. Viasu easier to operate. Yeah. Oh, I don't know how many of you guys were on here whenever Brian and Ryan were trying with Pro Tinker Toys were trying to hook up their TrackMate track. That was like a couple monkeys trying to have sex with a football. That TrackMate set looked complicated as hell. I just kept thinking of how easy it was for me to do my biasu. I literally loaded the program disc in. I plugged in the stuff where it said to plug it in at. I put it on the power. I told it how big my track was. I told it what I wanted it to say, and then labeled some cars with some names next to it. And I was racing within 20 minutes. Yeah, see, Patrick, that's why I did the. I have the first ever Biasu system in the country that has call buttons for every lane at 3 different locations. I have maxed out their base system. There's nothing else I can do to their timing system without upgrading to the next bigger one. Um, yeah, so if I wanted to add another timing light or another tower to split it off, or if I wanted to add the race leaderboard or anything else, I'd have to upgrade my whole system because I've maxed it out. Yeah, and then I don't know if you any of you guys ever had to deal with their customer service. Whenever I got mine, they have it. I don't know if you how deep you've gone into their programs on the backside. I'm no computer genius. I mean, you guys obviously know this. Based on how much trouble I have even getting sometimes to get my stupid webcam to work. But that being said, most of the time when you buy a second tower, the second timing light, the bridge, timing bridge, I'm sorry, there's the word. It's usually for people that they want to use it for pit stop area. I didn't want to have pit stops during my race. I wanted to use it as a half track timer. So they literally got me on a conference call and walked me through where to hit what to get mine set up the way that I wanted it to run on my track. And that was amazing to me that someone just didn't email me and go, "Hey, it's in this settings. All you got to do is go switch it and try to do it." They took the time to get me on the phone with 2 other people in a conference call to get it worked out, and we had it up and running in less than 3 minutes. They're like, "Was there anything else we can help you with?" And I'm like, "No, that's awesome. Thanks." Oh well, yeah. I don't know about Sundays stuff there, Mark. Oh, and they did answer? Oh, wow. That's awesome. Oh yeah, no, that's one of the things that I found with mine is that you've got to be really accurate on the number, on the sections of track, and even then, like I said, that's some of the glitches stuff, but that's also stuff that I know that they will work with you to fix. Yep. See, there you go. They walked you right through it. See, that's what I'm talking about. I am all about people that stand behind their product and are willing to take the time to help. Biasu didn't give me any discount to put them as on my description on my page and a link to their webpage. They don't pay me anything. They don't give me a discount. I just brag about businesses that stand behind their products and are what I call men of their word, and that's why I like dealing with Brian and Ryan. I've had problems with some of the shipping issues, and they made it right. I mean, there was no questions asked. It wasn't trying to give me the runaround. They just fixed it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I appreciate as a consumer, and that's what Biasu does for me. Is they do that extra step to make sure that you're a happy customer and willing to do that extra mile to make sure that they get it exactly the way you want. And that's cool to me. I mean, you call up Dan at Viper, you call up Terry Flynn at Hardin Creek, you call up a lot of these hobby shops and talk to them, and they're just as real as what we're doing here tonight. They'll try to make whatever it is right to help you out the best, and that's why I love this hobby. I mean, no, don't get me wrong. There's in every hobby there's some butt heads and there's some unscrupulous people, but there's more good people in this hobby than those type of people, and that's what I love about it. A lot of good people. Yeah, Rick. Yeah, that's it. Hard to find good service. And that right there, Mark's telling you they answered the phone on a Sunday. That's amazing. And they give you the software for free. The only thing you have to do, you can download the timing software, but you got to have the system to be able to work it, the hardware. And then that's where they do that. And I actually donated. I don't know if they're still doing it because it's been a while since I purchased stuff off the website. They also asked that you could donate money because I guess one of them lost their daughter to some disease, and they started a foundation to help other people's kids with that disease. So that's why he gives it away, so he makes no money off of it. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, see, there it is by the beach. See, I hadn't even read your thing, and I was just trying to go off memory, Patrick. Yeah, no, that's exactly it. See, you know, that's that's what I call the old paying it forward thing. That's I just believe. I know it sounds corny, and I'm not some 60s hippie child or whatever, but I just believe if you treat people right and you're honest, that even if you get shafted somewhere along the way, your good karma is going to come back to you. Just treat others the way you want to be treated, and like-minded people seem to find each other, and that's why I am so impressed with the people that I have on my channel, and I know Dan is with his. I know everybody is on all their channels, but I mean, I truly appreciate it because, like I said, I have a lot of genuinely good people on my channel that interact with me. That like I said, you guys are my friends. Whether I don't know if you consider me your friend, but on my side, you guys are friends, and that's what friends do. They help each other out. They talk about stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what we're doing right now. So I have a lot of friends. Very appreciative of that fact too. And all because of this awesome hobby. That's the best part. Not only I get to have some fun, but I made a whole world of friends on top of it. Oh, thanks, Mark. Well, see, I think Dan and I look forward as much to the interaction with the people that watch our videos as we do, as you guys do get to do it with us. So that's what I think is unique. You can tell when people generally are doing it because they enjoy it versus something like, uh, I got to put out a YouTube video, or I'm not going to have enough subscribers, or the algorithm isn't going to pay me no money this week, or whatever. I don't get paid to do this. This is, sometimes it's a pain in the ass, but sometimes having fun is a pain in the ass. So, I enjoy this, and so I'm doing it for my own personal pleasure and having fun, and I know that Dan does too. So we both look forward to it. I know that for a fact. He's buying a 4-lane Viper oval kit. Oh wow. See, I've seen. Okay, so what's that? Okay, so have you guys ever played shuffleboard? Where you just throw the little disc down and try to knock the other disc off. And they use that I don't. What's that stuff called that they throw on shuffleboards? That dust. What is that stuff called? Yeah, see, Mark. Yeah, see, I would. If you watch my very first videos, I was impressed. I got to 50. I was like, there's actually 50 people out there that want to watch what I make. Yeah. Yeah, see, hell, you're right behind me on the 500 thing, man. You're literally right behind me. I literally got on here tonight, and it was at 490. So I'm literally 10 away from the 500, and you're at what, 482? So yeah, you're 16 away, 18 away, 18 away. Yeah, there's my math. And honestly, like I'm sure Dan can attest to this too, is you did it because you thought it'd be cool to share, and then maybe, hopefully, somebody would comment and you could learn something. I mean, that's why I did it, was to share what I knew, and then hopefully someone would either tell me I was wrong or maybe tell me a better way of doing it, and that way I could increase my knowledge. Yeah. No, my parents are amazed, and I know, it just blows me away too. I had literally, what was it, over 20,000 views or something like that, which is probably nothing compared to Dan because he has more subscribers. But oh no, Jeff's a fountain of knowledge. I mean, he was telling me stuff that wasn't in my book, so I was learning. That's what I loved about this. Like I said, guys, I mean, a lot of people give me a lot of credit for knowing a lot of things, and I do know a lot of stuff about a lot of this, but I am no guru at all, and that's why I watch everybody's channels. A, to support them, but B, is hope learn something along the way and just build my library, so to speak. So awesome. Like I said, got a very awesome group of people that have subscribed to my channel, and I'm very appreciative. Because it could have very, there was a time when Dan didn't want to make videos anymore because he had somebody basically stalking him, just being a dick. And I wrote to him and I was like, dude, you know, you got to look at it this way. Let haters hate, because there's always going to be somebody out there that if they think that it's going to get under your skin, they're just going to keep doing it because they get off on that. I said, but you got to remember the other 99.9% of the people that enjoy what you do, those are the ones you need to care about. You're focused on the wrong guy. You need to focus on everybody else. Let him be the asshole. Don't worry about him, and just worry about the other people that do that. And, it's perspective. You know what I'm saying? You got to put it all in perspective. So Patrick, did by the beach, did do you like Mark was saying? Do you like those plastic ones, or you think that that's a better alternative than a Lexan? I know he did the little weight thing video. See, there's the thing right there, and there's the other thing. Crashes is when you crash that thing, since it's made out of paper, is it, how well is it going to take a crash? Because those cars can fly, and when they off, I mean, they're going at a pretty good velocity, and when they hit something, yeah. They okay, so Mark, I don't know if you watch dirt oval track racing, but they're supposed to be like a dirt modified, is what those are supposed to be modeled after. And I don't know whoever originally designed dirt modifieds, but to me, it was somebody that had a frame but didn't have a car body, and so they just started sticking panels on the frame chassis on the car. Yeah. Light and crack. Okay, cool. That's the information that everybody would like to know. So, if you're watching this later, Patrick has found out that he got some of those paper bodies that are currently for sale at Hardin Creek with Terry Flynn, and he put them on the Super 7 chassis, and they were able to take a good crash without coming off or breaking. That's good information out there. Hey, Rick, no problem. Yeah, see, Patrick by the beach, we used to take the Indy car bodies off our chassis and run them around the track just to see how much faster they were with no body on them whatsoever. And generally speaking, they'd pick up almost a half a second. And it's crazy to think about that just taking off something like this would make that big of a difference. So when he started doing the weight and all that, and I was like, oh, yeah. There you go. There's the unlimited class with a body. Yeah, see, Mark, I've not personally gone the Lexan route because I always wanted to stay with the OG thing, but when I have the track set up and we have the unlimited class, as long it's got to have a body, then that's where I was going to tippy toe into the Lexan and do the pinning and stuff like that and buy the specific Viper chassis. And I'm actually going to try out one of the BSRT chassis if he's still going to make them available that are equivalent to the Viper and try one of them out. But now that they've done that paper body, I like that whole idea a lot better, because if I'm going to go lightweight for racing, I want it as light as possible. And so paper's pretty damn light. And then, like I said, not having to use those pins on the posts and stuff like that, I can see where that'd be a benefit. But that's why I was curious about Patrick about the crashes. I wanted to know if those things just flew off. Magnetic body clip for Lexan? No, I haven't, Patrick. I didn't even. I can't remember the name of those flat pans that some people out with, but I couldn't. The only thing that was good for was to just drop your center of gravity and try to keep the car on the track. Those AJ pans or something like that they clip on your chassis. But I was just thinking to myself, all you're doing is adding weight, and I know personally that weight is your enemy in racing. Yeah, cool. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, do a little comparison. It locks on to the motor magnets. Oh, okay. That's cool. Well, that makes it a lot easier than having to do the pinning thing. Like I said, I watched a lot of Terry's videos, and he was showing how he did one with Lexan, on how how he had to trim out the body and do all that stuff. And I was like, man, that's a lot of work. That's So I can see why Viper started putting out theirs that are already done. You know. Yeah, Patrick. Yeah, by the beach, I'd like to see that. Where's some place where we can take a look at one of those? That BHR magnetic body clip. See, Mark, that was going to be my trick too. I was going to be like, yeah, I ain't doing all that. Just I'll spend the extra money and buy it. Yeah. I've learned. I used to be a do-it-yourselfer on everything, and I've learned the older I get, there's some things that are just worth paying for. That's just bottom line. That's exactly it, man. I'm just saying. I can remember when I used to spend all day out in the driveway washing, waxing, vacuuming, shampooing carpets on my car, making it all look good, and then taking it out Saturday night and stuff like that. And now I'm doing good to wash it and dry it and think, oh, God, now I got to wax it. You know. How much is the car wash for them to do the hand wax? Yep. That's exactly what it's turned into. But yeah, I guess we've learned that sometimes our time's a little more better served doing something else. The car wash. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. That's what my daily gets, my Tahoe, but the race car gets all hand done. Yeah, it doesn't. It sits too low to go through the car wash. It would. My car literally um, sits so my drag car sits so low that I can't stick a floor jack underneath the front cross member to jack the car up. I literally have to drive up on wood to get it high enough to get a floor jack underneath it. Ah, yeah, yeah, so yeah. Well, it could be a race car. You race whatever you want. That's, every car can be a race car. It just depends on how you drive it. Well, that's not much of a race car. I agree. But, we've all done our stoplight racing, before, where some asshole's been next to you and you want to gun it, or you pull out in front of somebody and race that way. I tell everybody I've got several little drag strips around here that I race all the time. I do push mode. That's good stuff. I buy dirt colored cars. This Tahoe that I have is a light. It's not a tan. It's more of a dark champagne colors type. Bottom line is it hides dirt awesome, and my race car is white, so I can literally wash it, dry it, and then watch pollen land on my car and make it look dirty all in the same afternoon. That thing, I can run it through the car wash. Like I said, it don't get hand washed. It gets the marked car wash. And then I can drive it for weeks and it still looks clean. That's awesome, believe in yourself. Oh. Well, look at that. So you've got 26 thumbs up, and I still have 15 people live. Thanks everybody for joining in. That's awesome. I said, you don't necessarily have to participate in the chat. It's just more fun if you do. But if you don't, I completely understand that. No pressure on this channel whatsoever. This is just for fun and slot car guys talking about whatever. Huh. Yeah, see, I've never owned a Nissan, or, in fact, come to think of it, I haven't owned anything but American. Yep, Ford or Chevy, Buick. Owned one Buick, and everything else has been Ford or Chevy my whole life. Interesting. I just now thought of that. And obviously, I raced my Mustang. Well, Patrick, that better to be made in Canada than half the Ford stuff's made in Mexico now. Detroit Iron, yes. Oh yeah, no, those Maximas, man, they hold their value really well, and the reason why is because they run a long time without a lot of maintenance. I mean, you just do your basic fluid changes and tire changes, and those things last a long time. From my understanding, I've never personally owned one, but I watched that Scotty Kilmer, I think, or something like that channel. Yeah, he loves them. Them and Toyota, Nissan. Yeah, he loves all the Japanese stuff. Yeah, but they ain't American no more. Nope. Ooh, now see, Mark, now we're talking. Hates Chryslers, yeah. Well, they're just expensive Fiats now. Scotty is a piece of work, yes. He cracks me up. I wish I had his YouTube money. He he quit working on other people's cars other than just every so often that people come over to his home garage because he's making all that damn money off YouTube. Uh, he's got 2 houses off of YouTube. So he's got his house in Tennessee or wherever, and he's got another house up north. Damn, I can't even afford one house. He's got 2 off of YouTube. I have a couple of pinned Lex on my prize. What's your opinion on the tape holding method? Are you talking about the 2-sided tape there, Rick? Oh yeah, shipped into high. Yeah, there's people that do nothing but make a living off of YouTube. I'm not one of them, obviously. You know, I don't. I'm not going to be rude and ask Dan, but I know he's making something off of YouTube. But since he's just barely over, I think it's like at 1,200, you know, which is barely over 1,000, more than me by far. But my point is that you got to have a lot of subscribers, a lot of interaction, and pump out a lot of stuff to get paid a lot of money. Wow, believe in yourself. Oh yeah, by the beach. Yeah, this one. This is one of the cars that we had for the auction. If you weren't here earlier, I do have both of these. This is the B version of the Series 8 4 gear. This came with this is either the Penguin Mobile, the Ghostbusters, and the Scooby Doo Mystery Machine are the 3. And there's an A and a B version of both. And so I was auctioning these off at $40 a pop. And this is the rare of the 2. And um, I noticed that Auto World in that new set, someone correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that don't they have a blue Batmobile in that set with green tires? 318 two barrel. Yeah. Okay. See, and then I know that Premium Hobbies. Remember, if you watched my Batman video, and I strongly suggest if anybody's on here now or watching later, if you like Batman at all and you're curious about the history of the Batmobile, check out my video. It's got a lot of good stuff in it. But that Premium Hobbies came out with that blue one, and I thought it'd be cool, like I mentioned in that video, to get the chase version of that. Then you have the Pro Tinkers red, so you have your red, white, blue, and then you could run a black one, and then you could have her IROC set. So it's cool that someone did that. You got that one too. Okay, yeah, cool. So you know exactly what I'm talking about. Hey, Sean, thank you for stopping by tonight, buddy. Happy Easter to you and your family. Have a good rest of your weekend. Appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, I was gonna say I've been going on almost 3 hours here, and I got to reach out to Ryburn, and I got to reach out to David about their purchases tonight, and once again thanking them. And everybody, be sure to tell Ryburn congratulations on being the first ever auction winner on Slot Car Saturday Night Live and the auction series. So appreciate that. Hey, Mark, thank you, buddy, for all you're doing with your channel and all the information you're spreading out there. And thank you for joining in on my live feed. I appreciate your input there too, and everybody's input, to be quite honest, Patrick. Hey, Patrick, I'm glad to see you're back, man. I missed you on the last one for a little bit, or because I had all the technical difficulties. Don't know if you were there on the first one, missed the second one or whatnot, but yeah. So I'm just going to wrap up real quick. So in finale, the only 2 cars left, if you've watched the promo video, the only 2 cars that are left for purchase are the fire extinguisher Tyco and the Penguin Mobile version B of the Series 8 4 gear cars. Patrick, I'm sorry, not Patrick, Ryburn won the first ever auction live car that was ever bid on. He bid on this one first, and he's the first car that was ever won was this one right here. So congratulate Ryburn for being the first live winner on the channel. And he got him a new old stock, uh, basically 35-year-old car from Singapore. And then David, one of my newest subscribers and new back into the slot car hobby big time. He bought the John Force funny car and the Camaro police car last week. And he also purchased this awesome version of the Porsche 908 long nose number 9, chrome version, original chassis, lighted. And this is a very rare, a rare collectible, good collectible car. So he got him a really good looking car. And so David's actually bought the most of any of the cars, and they actually bought this one live tonight instead of reaching out afterwards. So if anybody's interested, everybody knows that has purchased cars from me, but I'll reiterate it again. If you buy something, you don't like it, I will refund 100% of your money minus the shipping. I cannot do the shipping. But as you know, if you've purchased cars from me in the past, I don't sell crap, and I tell you everything about the car before I sell it. I'm an honest engine, and that's why I offer the 100% money back guarantee. So don't ever feel like you're going to buy something as you're going to get stuck with that you don't want. I'm not like Walmart, but I am as close to that as you're going to get compared to somebody on eBay or something like that. So that being said, I do appreciate the participation with everybody tonight on that stuff, and obviously the bids from Ryburn and David. But that being said, I don't want anybody to feel like that you're pressured into bidding on anything just to be a part of the live feeds. These are just open communication for everybody that wants to talk slot cars to come in and talk. So there's no pressure from anybody to purchase any of the cars. I'm just doing this as a try to give a discount to some people before I put them on eBay, because that's how I support my addiction to the collection hobby of the slot car part of it, is buy and sell and constantly do it that way. So no pressure to ever buy anything ever. I appreciate everybody that has come by tonight. And like I said, I've mentioned before, if I know most people catch these live feeds after the fact, usually within the first 2 to 3 days is when the viewing maxes out, and then it starts tapering away. So I understand when my videos are being viewed, but what I don't understand is why 2/3 of the people that watch my videos do not subscribe. I'm just please asking. We're 10 away from the 500, and it'd be really cool if we could get that 500 so I could start doing that giveaway build for the Mega G Plus and the Tyco 440X2. So if you're not a subscriber and you're watching one of these videos, please hit the little button down there with the thumbs up and the bell, and try to help support the channel and get us pushed up to that 500 mark. To everybody that's already a subscriber, as you don't, if you haven't heard me already say it a million times, thank you from the bottom of my heart for your support on this channel. And like Mark and I were discussing, we started our channel. I was impressed. I even had 50 people, and now I'm talking about being close to 500. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you to every single person that has taken the time to subscribe to the channel and interact. And as always, even if you're not catching it live, leave a comment below. And trust me, it may take me a couple, 2 or 3 days with all my activity I got going on, but I reply to everybody's comment because I do appreciate it. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you for everybody checking in tonight with the Slot Car Saturday Night Live. I'm going to wrap it up tonight, but next Wednesday night, we will have another promo video of the next 5 cars for next Saturday night's live feed and auction and slot car discussion or comedy shows or whatever. But tonight was some really good information. Be sure and check out the chat, because there's been some really good stuff put in that chat tonight that people would need to share that knowledge and get it out there. So thank you to everybody that contributed. Thank you to everybody that stopped by. Enjoy your Easter weekend. Be safe. Get out there, light some sparks and melt some plastic, everybody. Have a good night. Enjoy your weekend. Till we talk again soon. Bye-bye.